We are live! Welcome, Internet, to Lies You'll Enjoy, a little corner of you, as you are the Internet, in which a couple people tell some lies, and we hope that you like it. What's exciting about today's stream is that not the normal number of liars you've come to expect. Today there will just be 2 liars, and while this has happened before on the channel, this never happened before in this particular subset of 2 liars. Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Anthony.
We're playing games today.
Second liar. Yeah, I am excited. Anthony and I have even played by ourselves before in front of an audience. That's you, but not on this channel. So it's exciting that that's going to happen here. We might as well do a little vamping, ironically, in absence of our third, because we want to give you folks a chance to settle in. If you are here to watch the game in the future, that's cool. Nice to see you. Glad you found your way here. We're probably just gonna shoot the shit for maybe 10 minutes, and then in fact, I'll even look at the time because we're not waiting for anything. We're just chatting. And then off we will go into the world of magic and arcanity. Can you say arcanity?
Arcanity! I like it.
I kind of like it.
We could create a visual symbol for when we're going to start playing, Kurt. You know how normally we tell people to look for when there are 3 people? We could instead come up with something that we are going to do right before we actually start playing. We just wave our hands in the air a whole lot, you know?
Now, any other day I would do that, but it's actually kind of hard for me to wave my arms around right now because I did crash shoulder first into the ground yesterday on roller skates, which is a very cool and sexy thing to do if you're not familiar with that. Also, hi, Otto. Nice to have you here.
And hi, Rapala.
Hi, Rapala. Oh, today, presumably, there's no Amanda stream. So, what an interesting development. Who's going to come around?
I mean, yeah, great question.
Folks, if you're not familiar, Anthony and Amanda and I all live in Canada, a place in the northern hemisphere.
If you're not familiar.
It is a big old country in the northern hemisphere, and Canada has Thanksgiving today in October. That's when we do it. So
that's 2 weird facts in a row. 1, we have Thanksgiving. Most of the world doesn't have Thanksgiving. That's very unique. 2, we don't have Thanksgiving on the day that most people have Thanksgiving. And by most people, I mean the U.S. We just have it a month and a half early.
That's most people for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right.
The most that it happens. And we're up here being 10% of the size, doing our own Thanksgiving and saying, no, you got it wrong. It's not November. That's wild. It's specifically October, kind of in the middle. Now, I will say, I'm going to make an argument for this. I think it might be a little better that way.
Ooh,
now,
okay.
hold your telephone.
Hot take.
Here's the context, right?
In the state, yeah.
We're not going to let you on. I'm sorry. It's not because we don't trust you or love you. Well, I don't love you. Not in the same way that you'd love a parent or a lover. I appreciate you, but it's a different kind of relationship. You understand? Anyway, when you have a November holiday, like way late in November, and then you have immediately like 1 month later Christmas, man, that'll burn you out, right? I think that's why the States celebrates more Thanksgiving than they do Christmas, just because like it's so much work and Thanksgiving comes first. Like, not priority wise, just like in the calendar year, it happens first. So that's the one that's the big deal. And then Christmas maybe after.
Yeah. Somebody was trying to make the argument to me that, how, there's always this like Christmas negotiation you have to do about like, especially if you're like, you've grown up a bit, you might have a immediate family, you have an extended family, maybe you have an extended family, and you have to do the negotiation of when you're going to hang out with what family. Also, maybe you have a partner who also has a family, for example. Someone's pointing out to me that maybe putting Thanksgiving and Christmas close to each other means that you can actually like divide your time between different sets of family, which does sound like it could be useful.
I don't think that's how it happens, though. I feel like the stronger family wins both.
Okay, well then, there's no actual advantage.
Well, I'm pretty sure the reason Amanda's not with us today is because Amanda had a whole bunch of Thanksgivings to celebrate. And I was like, divorce? I don't know why I jumped right there. I was like, divorce. Someone's
Divorce!
divorced. And then now you have more of
He's so
them.
excited about
And Amanda
divorce.
was like, no. And I just had forgotten the idea that sometimes families have multiple parts of family because I don't really spend time with my extended family at all. Shout out to Mark, who's not listening to this, my favorite cousin. Um,
You're only shouting out
anyway,
one of your cousins?
look, I don't even know if the others know that I'm still alive. I'm sure they assume I'm still alive. It would be weird if I wasn't.
Hmm.
But hey, if you're a cousin that I didn't just name and you're listening to this,
Hi, thanks for
surprise me.
watching.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for watching. Second of all, whoa, wild. Send me a message or something. We should talk. It's interesting. It's weird that you're here, but you're not in my messages. Hey, time roller.
Whoops!
What ups? Anthony, what are you thankful for today?
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for passion fruit juice in the immediate moment.
It's funny you say that because I considered saying mango juice.
Wow.
Uh, well, what I actually considered saying was the local Iranian grocer, from which I buy things like mango juice and
That's
also mint
nice.
syrup. I've put them both into this mocktail um, because I wanted to have a good time. And I also wanted to continue not being sick. And it felt like an immunosuppressing beverage that I wouldn't be allowed to have on YouTube anyway was a bad choice for that sort of process.
Yes, that is a good point. That is a good point. What else are you thankful for?
First, I'll say, Rapala, you're not a cousin. No one here is my cousin metaphorically or literally, mostly because then I wouldn't be talking to you as often.
That's true. If you
Whereas we
become
hang out
Kurt's
every week.
cousin, you can't hang out with him anymore. That's how it works.
Like, I'm not going to kick you out, but like statistically, you spend a lot more time with me than my cousins do. That's just how it is
It's
in my
just how it
family.
is.
It's just how it is. What else am I thankful for? Uh, I'm thankful for I'm thankful for Danny from Fabric Land, who
Oh,
helped me
Danny.
get fabrics. I went to the fabric store yesterday because I am always trying to work on an overambitious Halloween costume.
Oh, of course. It's that time of year.
Uh, this is one of those things. This year, I'm doing like a try to learn a skill type Halloween costume. And when it doesn't pan out, I'm just going to accept that it simply hasn't worked out, and that's fine. It's going to involve more sewing than
Okay.
I'm usually capable of.
But you're going to do the sewing.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Nice.
I've
I
got a
mean, you've made a
pattern and
puppet
everything.
recently.
That's true, but a lot of that was hand sewn because
Okay. We're talking sewing machine this
puppets,
time.
yeah, we're talking sewing machine.
I
Because hand
see.
sewing, folks, takes 1,000 years.
It does.
Takes 1,000 years.
Yeah. That's what they were
Like a
doing for all
magic
those thousand
spell.
years before the sewing machine. One pair of pants.
One pair of pants. If you're keeping track of human history, that's what we managed to do. That's why if you look back at the Middle Ages, nobody's wearing pants. They've got like a tunic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You wonder why they were wearing tunics all the time. That's why.
That's
It
why.
wasn't for the
We only had the
breeze.
one pants.
And you had to share them.
On the same note, thankful for the Mississippi Valley Textile Museum in
Oh,
Almont,
okay.
historic Almont.
Love Almont.
It rules. I wasn't there for anything related to this Halloween project. I was just there because museums are great and you should go to your local museum. It's probably cooler and weirder than you expect. But this one had a whole bunch of equipment from when this particular weird tiny Canadian village was a center of textile production, which apparently it only was just because there because there are waterfalls there. Sorry if my voice sounds odd this week, folks. I'm still a little sick. You can't catch it though, because the computer virus isn't the same thing. That joke is fresh from 1995, in case you're keeping track. Uh, now, Mississippi Valley Textile Museum is cool because it's got all these historic like glimpses into what the machinery was and interviews with like old men that were done like 15 years ago, and the old men are like, yeah, I remember the machines. They were darn tootin' loud, and the diesel had come through, and you couldn't work the rest of the day. And that was awesome.
That's it.
Um,
These
but
were recorded old
also
men?
recorded old men. Yeah.
Old men.
However, there were also, and this is
Some
the
live
segue,
old men?
there were there were also live old men.
Wow!
Wow. There were live old people of all varieties because
Whoa.
upstairs, after you went through all the industrial sort of here's how string is made section, you
Important.
got to
We love
the
string.
here's how cloth is woven section. And in the here's how cloth is woven section, there were also a ton of looms. Now, looms, if you didn't know this, looms are the coolest thing in the world.
They, they,
Looms
they
are
are.
actually the predecessor of the computer. That's true.
Is that true?
Yeah. The
In
Jacquard loom
okay.
later became the basis of punch cards, which were what developed into the modern computer.
Huh.
Yeah,
Jacquard loom.
the Jacquard loom. Yeah, which
So like
was
they'd
an
solved
automation.
the punch card problem for like loom patterns, and then they were like, we can use this for
We can use this for computing
whoa.
because computers are just a bunch of on-off switches,
Right.
essentially. Anyway, completely fascinating, but
I can't
also
believe we're
wildly off
streaming on a
topic.
loom right now. That's crazy.
We're streaming on a loom. In a better world, computers are just called like auto
Ooh,
looms,
e-looms, digital
e-looms,
looms,
digital
info
looms,
looms.
info looms.
Uh,
Oh my God, info looms. World building. I don't know where info looms go,
we
but
gotta use
that's
them.
somebody put that in your quiver.
We're
We're not going to
gonna
use that in the game today, probably, but damn, I wish we had.
we're gonna rename the channel to Info Looms, and we're not gonna tell Amanda. New channel, just us.
Yeah, just us starting a side thing. Anyway, these looms upstairs were full of signs that said, like, artisan work in progress, like, don't touch this loom. Because current tense Almont, this town with historic textile manufacturing, then evolved into like now we do it for fun and to make cool stuff. So there were a bunch of textiles in the process of being made upstairs in this, by the way, free to go to museum. And then they would sell the textiles that these artisans made in the gift shop for the benefit of both the museum and the artisans. Absolute coolest thing in the world to get something handmade on equipment that you just learned about made by people who care
That's
in an
cool.
elaborate process that is wild to even think about. I can't overstate how cool looms are and how cool textiles are in general. But that's not what we're here to do today. This isn't looms you'll enjoy. This is lies you'll enjoy.
We will weave some lies for you.
I do like all these puns going on in the side area, by the way.
the we know that we have to create enough pun content in order to invoke the demon of storytelling. You know, we have to lay the bed, enough wordplay, and then we can start our ritual.
Now,
Of
before
telling
Anthony
story.
starts waving their arms all around, I will say, Otto, the museum is free. The gift shop is not, but it is a stellar gift shop. I'm going to say top three gift shops of museums that I've been to, and it is an art to make a good museum gift shop, okay? You want something that is pertinent to the subject at hand. You want something that physically is tied to this place if you can get it. And you want something. Look, worst case scenario museum gift shop is that you have mass produced stuff that's not actually about any of the exhibits that are there,
And not
right?
specific, you know? If it's
Not
just like
specific. Yeah,
peanut
here's an
butter, you're
edible.
like,
Here
I
are
don't care.
edible rocks,
Yeah.
right? At the Science Museum. Why are they there? I don't know. Maybe the Science Museum
Science.
has some rocks.
Rocks is
Maybe
science,
they
yeah.
don't. Rocks is science. Maybe it's like, oh, here's a stuffed animal of a whale. And it's like, does the Science
Whale is
Museum maybe
science.
have whale in it somewhere? Theoretically. But you can do better. And for anyone in the Buffalo area, please go to the Herschel Carousel Factory Museum because that is the best gift shop that exists in all museums.
A
And also,
necessary
it's an
plug.
incredible museum. Go to the Herschel Carousel Factory Museum. And that is the end of our museum propaganda and the start of an equally nerdy exposition today into the world of magic, as imagined through the lens of an elaborate academic machine.
Yay! We'll wave our hands that we're starting the game. We didn't really tell anybody we'd do this, but there you go.
We sort of did.
Yeah. And welcome. We're going to play a game called Florilegium today. But maybe we should introduce ourselves. We didn't actually do that, Kurt.
Say, who the heck are you?
I'm Anthony. I am a PhD student, which will be relevant for today because you're going to see my lived experience and trauma played out through this game. But also a children's author. I've written many books. I love to tell stories. And that and only that is what brings me here, not my undying commitment to Kurt and anything that he wants to do. Also that a bit. And this is my friend Kurt.
Hello, my name is Kurt. Last name, Ruffling, which I'll tell you, doxing myself because
Whoa.
it's true.
He never does
Just
it.
kidding. Everybody knows that that's my whole name. You can find me on Blue Sky at Kurt Ruffling. There's no that sounded sexier than it is on Blue Sky. It's just sometimes I talk about games. Anyway, I'm a role-playing game designer. I'm a lover of role-playing games. I'm the person who reads the rule books and picks the games that we play here every week on Lies You'll Enjoy when we play a different indie role-playing game every
Every
week.
week. Thank you, Kurt.
No problem.
Kurt is mom
This week,
friend. Kurt is
Kurt is
game
mom
mom
friend?
friend, yeah. Kurt is mom
What's a
friend.
mom friend?
Oh, every group of friends has a mom friend, which is the friend that makes sure that you don't die.
I understand.
Yeah.
I
And
have a
thinks
nurturing
ahead.
presence,
Yeah. I will always wish that you'll
and I
bring me to your
produce
bosom.
milk.
Oh.
In
Well-
that I have milled almonds before.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Kurt, have you ever seen a machine that creates almond or oat milk that like you can like put it in and it does the automatic squishing for you? Does this exist?
Yeah, there's soy milk making machines that I've seen before, but I
Okay.
feel like that sort of makes sense because I think they also boiled the soybeans, so there is like actual work being done by the machine that
I
makes your
see.
life a little easier. Me
Otherwise,
personally, I don't own any of those.
he just squeezes that bag by hand.
I made a pretty incredible pistachio milk once, but then I added lavender, and that was good too. But then it stopped being good when I used it as a base for oatmeal because, as my then partner, now even more partner upgraded, said, we
My
were a pretty new
ex-girlfriend.
relationship at the time, and I fed this person pistachio lavender oatmeal, and she said, I feel like I feel like I've gotten into my mother's face cream.
Oh, delightful.
Um,
What we always wanted at breakfast.
Um, I will never forget the exact way she said it, which was, Kathleen, you've gotten into your mother's face cream. I think about it all the time. And I still fail culinarily on the reg, but not all the time.
But you succeed so
And
often.
hey, you gotta fail a bunch if you want to succeed. You
That's
can't
a
be
good
good at
lesson.
something till you've been bad at something.
Unless you're just
It's
really,
just
really good.
that does occasionally happen, but don't expect it. That's all that
But
matters.
never mind. Okay.
Never mind that.
We've
All right.
introduced ourselves. Normally, we're also accompanied by Amanda, who's an incredible streamer and actor and maker of YouTube videos. But she's not here today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to tell you about all the
Wait, I'm
things you
also
can't
thankful
have.
for Hades too, because it's really good. That's all.
Oh, okay. I'm thankful for Amanda, just so we can fit it all in.
Yeah, me only video games and textile museums.
Those
Plenty of
balance each
people
other
are
out.
thankful for Amanda. They're here.
Yeah.
They'll tell you. They'll tell you.
But how many people
You
are
check.
thankful for textile museums? Not many. So,
I'm doing the real work here,
yeah, you're holding the world on your shoulders.
which is not a great idea because that shoulder went into the ground pretty hard yesterday.
Oh, you were trying to hold the world with your shoulder, and it did not go well.
Yeah, it's true. I ate dirt.
Literally.
Actually, yeah, I definitely swallowed a little dirt.
You did?
Yeah, I remember going.
Oh dear, this sounds like a bad crash.
I've had better.
If we're a little bit funkier than normal during this game, it's because Kurt has brain damage. Look out for it.
I was wearing a helmet,
Oh.
so that should be fine.
Wow, this is a public service announcement. This is a very special episode of Kurt and
In fact,
Anthony.
it would have been a pretty bad crash if I hadn't been wearing like helmet, wrist pads, knee pads. Don't go doing sports without the necessary PPE, folks. If you're out there riding a bike without a helmet, do you enjoy the idea of traumatic brain injuries? Wear your helmet.
Use
Don't
protection.
fuck around. You're too old to mess around with that anymore.
Yeah,
Wear your
you right there.
You
You're too
specifically?
old. You're so fucking old.
You're too old to not wear your helmet.
I hope someone's watching with their baby.
Uh, atomic sorcery, yes. Everything's tied back to waterfalls. That's why the textile industry happened there, because that's what mills are for. Mills will turn and turn and turn, and that can be leveraged in order to power the machines that are necessary to make textiles and to make many other things of value. But we're not here to talk about things of value. We're here to lie.
Talking about silly
So,
things that don't matter. Kurt, do you want to tell us about this game?
sure. Anthony, could you turn to what in the PDF is called page one?
I
Uh,
love page one. Great
I'm going
page.
to begin with the first paragraph. And why don't we go through the first three, just sort of set up the scene paragraphs?
Okay.
It is somewhere in the Middle Ages, but not the real historic time. The existence of magic has caused changes large and small throughout European society. Though some grumble that magic is the work of the devil, the Pope has given permission to magi to continue their experiments so long as they are confined to covenants. The hope is that magic can thus be contained in a place far from the rest of medieval society.
A covenant usually consists of several magi, their companions, and several servants to keep the place functioning. Every covenant chooses for themselves how to live, but each is a haven for outsiders and misfits that could not fit into the strict hierarchies of medieval society.
Within the covenant, magi research magic spells that can have tremendous effects on the world. But magical research is a slow, subtle process taking months or years. And as they labor away on these spells, life goes on. People grow old and change. Problems arise for the covenant to deal with, and the world may be a different place by the time a spell is completed. So through our story, folks, we're going to be exploring one such covenant, and we're going to do this over the course of a few years, but in real time, it'll just take us this evening. That's the
Phew.
magic of
Wow.
storytelling. Yeah. This game uses an incredibly cool mechanic, which is called a rondel. You may not be familiar with rondels,
Rondo.
but I have been famous in at least two groups for loving rondels. I'm just obsessed with rondels.
I think you can also call them wheels, no? But you like to call them rondels because it's a fun word you don't get to say a lot.
I don't think they can be called wheels. I think they're rondels, and that's what they should be called.
Right,
And
I'm sorry,
Sierra,
I'm
you're
sorry.
allowed to watch this show on whatever platform you like,
You can watch it on both. Or
as long as
neither.
you wear your helmet. Uh, okay. So one of your comments about rondels has been flagged for us to consider whether or not we're going to let it go forward. We've let it go forward, but we're not proud of you for it.
I'm proud of you. I love that Twitch caught that one. That's funny.
So,
Okay, yeah.
in this game, which credit where it's due, this game is inspired by two other games. One is Grasping Nettles, which we're actually going to play later this season, and is a relatively simple game from which the rondel that is used in this game takes its origins. The second is a game called Ars Magica, which is so wildly complicated that we shall simply never play it.
And never speak of it
But
again.
I've always wanted to play it, but not only do I not want to put in the work to make that happen, I can't think of anyone else who would want to put in the work to make that happen. It's a whole thing. Ars Magica asks, what if the world was imagined through a series of nouns and verbs that one can powerfully use to manipulate the world in a magical sense? So our magi that we'll create in this game have some kind of jurisdiction over particular parts of the world
Okay.
and particular ways of interacting with the world.
Okay.
Anthony and I will both be creating multiple characters. We'll be creating a magi who is magical, and we're going to be creating either a companion or a grog.
A grog.
A grog, yes,
What's
that's
that?
right. A magi and a companion and a grog are all different kind of characters in this game. The magi, our individual magus, I guess,
I guess so.
is going to have expertise related to the nouns and verbs that are controlled by their player, which is going to be us. We're also going to give them a kind of aspiration, and that's a goal that they have for the world. The last time I played this, someone wanted to Oh, it was absolutely bananas, so I should in fact read it out loud if I can find it. End the immoral subjugation of the world by the cruel oceans or something like that. It was a wild thing to want, and that's what he did,
Amazing.
and we were all very proud of him for it.
Wow, incredible.
Um,
Freaking
our
oceans.
companions, our companion character is not a magus, but they've got some kind of vocation that they serve in the Covenant. They're a scholar or a mercenary or a changeling or a merchant or a diplomat, something significant or unusual. And they're going to have a bond to some other player character. And then finally, there are grogs who are
Bronze.
like really base occupations. These are folks who are not high on the social totem pole. We're talking scullery maids, we're talking hog reeves, we're talking cartwrights, we're talking town drunks. Weaver is listed here. That might be bullshit.
High class in our
Weavers
world.
actually made a decent chunk of change, which was not something that the upper society was pleased about. However, that's neither here nor there.
So a grog is a
Um,
person. I was
a
really
person.
expecting a strange golem-like creature made of mud and sand.
Surprise, it's just a cruel way to think about people.
That's not a human. That's a dehumanized person.
That's right.
Yay!
Woohoo! Medieval society, actually, this is worth touching on for the purposes of our setting. Um, the medieval world is highly rigid and structured. Most people in this setting are like oppressed in some level. The Covenant is outside the standard medieval society, so folks are forging their own identities more so. And that's partly just because they're so remote from those traditional structures. Magi might come from any background, peasant or noble, but they have the knowledge and skill to move this magic forward. Although they're probably also a little obsessed and a little wild. Um, so we're going to begin by creating characters. We're also going to be sort of grabbing some elements of the setting and establishing things about the world. So maybe that would be a decent place to start. Anthony, I don't have a spot for this on the great sheet of spreading.
Okay.
Nope, hate that. That was sin.
Spreading.
Um, but if you scroll down in our PDF, Anthony,
PDF.
you'll find a section called Magic.
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 I see it.
Um, there should be a series of subsections with a verb or a noun. Verbs include conjure, banish, ensorcel, adjure, scry. Nouns include the world, the soul, life, death.
Death. Excellent.
Each of us will control a subset of these as players, and hence that will be what our magi has domain over. So let's draft them. Pick something.
Are we going to take them all? Is that how that works?
Fuck it.
Okay. Okay, so they're not specifically in combination of like verb noun. It's just I'm going to have some verbs and some nouns. You can have some verbs, some nouns. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. I want ensorcel to imbue
Great.
the essence of that noun into something else, or to transform something into this noun. Isn't that great? Ensorcel.
Perfect. I will take adjure, which lets one command, control, or manipulate the noun in question.
Ah. I will take scry. That you magically gain knowledge about the noun.
I will take conjure,
Ah!
which, unlike adjure, is used to create, increase, or strengthen the noun, or summon magical beings associated with that noun.
He's a real juror kind of guy.
I'm a real jewel kind of
Con
guy.
and add varieties.
Yeah.
And I shall take banish. Weaken, destroy, protect against, or drive away the noun in question.
Then is that all our verbs? It
That's
is.
all our verbs.
Noun time.
You get to start. I assume.
I'll take life, which gives effects to the physical bodies of living beings.
Whoa. I will take soul. No, I want death. Never mind.
Well, shoot, now I feel bad for Soul. I'm going to take Soul.
Okay, then I will have to take the world, as I normally do.
Perfect.
Did you write these all
And now
down
we have
somewhere?
all our responsibilities divided up. So to create our covenant, we're going to learn a little bit about it. Starting with conjure, we're going to work our way through these various sections, and then just unrelated to the particular verb or noun, there is a covenant creation question, which you're going to be the one answering
If it's yours.
if it's yours.
Okay.
Why was the covenant created? How long has it existed? This is my question that I'm
Question
being
for
asked because
Kurt.
of conjure. I think the covenant has been in practice for, let's say it's pretty new. I want to
Okay.
say the covenant has been in operation for, I don't know, 10 years.
10 years. Okay. A
Yeah.
relatively
So
new
we
on
cast a
covenant
spell or two,
standards.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it was created, I think, as a political move because all of the magi were being sent to like the eastern, I want to say this, whatever nation we're in is divided into a few different geographical locations, and this particular province of it, which we're going to call Frescia.
Brescia.
Frescia
Brescia.
on the western seaboard
Mm-hmm.
was envious that they didn't have any sort of magical
Ah, I
base.
see. Okay, okay. So this is kind of the outlands. This is the the country, and they want their own magic.
Yes, I think maybe this is a traditionally agrarian area. I mean,
Mm.
everything is, I guess, in the medieval ages, but I think, yeah, maybe it was just sort of like, oh man, we're sending all the people that could make our standing better out to the big city, out to the king's province.
The King's Province. Okay, I love that. That's really
Actually,
good.
let's say it's just literally Princeland, I think, is the
Ah,
name of the major province that bleeds people away,
okay. Everyone's going to Princeland, and here
like
in
Princeland.
Frescia, we have nothing. All of our talent escaping.
And so now, as a reactionary sort of measure, no one really wanted this, I think, either, for the record. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like people were like, oh, but I'd like magic to happen, yeah. It was more like, well, if it has to happen somewhere, it should probably happen here.
Yeah, I'm imagining some magistrates and those in control sort of decided this was a good thing to have, quote unquote good thing, but nobody really wants it.
Yeah, I think that's
It's a
right.
little bit like putting like a nuclear bomb development site in the middle of your country, you know?
I think it is quite a bit like that,
Yeah.
except let's say that we're on a crappy little island.
Okay.
Since I said this is on the seaboard, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe this was like a lighthouse at some point,
Nice. Ooh, I
and
love
now
that.
it's been built out awkwardly, and there's a bunch of towers
Sweet. There's still a
of
big lighthouse in the middle, though.
yes, and begrudgingly, that does still have to be actively worked.
Right, right. Okay. This moves on to banish, and our second covenant creation question is: what does the covenant want or need? What is lacking? Um, like the first thing that jumps to mind is that we must be kind of poor by covenant standards. You know, we don't have the resources of your Princeland covenants. And we're
I
kind
feel
of
like you
the
said
farm team.
poor in the richest of ways.
Poor.
We are kind of
I've
poor.
never said that word before. Uh,
Never thought of it. Never considered what it would like to be poor.
poor. And I think it's made worse by the fact that we are on an island, and so everything that comes here does have to come by boat. And so we're quite under equipped with all sorts of quite mundane things like spoons and underwear. But we do try to get along just fine anyways. But I think what we're lacking in the very physical sense is like money and material goods, and then in a more metaphorical, spiritual sense, what we're lacking is like respect, like class, which could be given to us if we felt like we had money, but we feel like we're kind of fighting from behind.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Um, Azure, I suppose, is
Mm-hmm.
next. So what would we summarize that with? We lack resources.
Money and respect. Resources and respect.
Money and respect. Prince, send us some. Not just who your land. I'm sure we get some stipend
Some
from
stipend
the Earl.
of respect.
What's a lady Earl again? Is there an Earless?
I think they're a countess or a viscountess, because an earl is a weird Norse word for count.
We get some money from the Viscountess. Good. Okay, Ajur. Who has demands the Covenant cannot ignore? What do they want from the Covenant? Okay, I think we do get totally arbitrary requests from. So the Viscountess is the one who sort of supplies us resources, but I think the Viscountess's like son will ask us for things that magic can technically do, but absolutely not faster or better than just anyone else anywhere else. Like we'll be asked if we can, I don't know, make like a fine pudding for an upcoming event. And it's like, well, yeah,
We could. We're busy.
but it wouldn't make sense to do it magically. And the Viscountess's son is
Let's
like,
call him.
but I want pudding.
What pudding? I think we need to give him a name. I'm thinking Leopold, Count of Brimthal. He gets his own county, you know, as part of the greater Viscount.
Brimfall?
Brimfall, yes.
I'm gonna call him Subcount. Subcount of
Subcount. It's a technical title, and he really wishes that it wasn't what he had to be called, but technically it's a sub-county, as it does not have more than 400 head of cattle.
Yes, that is the problem. And Leopold's always like, can we get the cattle numbers up?
But every time they do, there is, you know, a storm or a illness or a drought, and cattle all die. Some have suggested that the magi of the lighthouse may have their hand in the series of misfortunate events that befall Brimfall, but of course, it's all made up.
It's all made up. In Sorcel, what does the Covenant provide or have plenty of?
Interesting.
Yeah, we can't just be miserable here.
Right.
We have to have something. I'm pinning that, Sierra. That's a good gag. He does dream of becoming Super Count.
Super Count. What does the Covenant provide? Okay, I kind of feel I'm thinking about, you know, when institutions are far from the core and don't have the focus on them. It allows for freedom, you know. It allows you to create things without sort of being watched over so closely. So I feel like we must have a lot of youthful energy and sort of grand ideas. So I think, like, in general, we have many like young, wacky geniuses, and so we've had even in our 10 years, we've had a couple of like incredible, bizarre spells cast that, you know, some people don't quite believe are possible, but we just have that energy, that possibility on the island of we may be able to do quite impossible things, even by the standards of magic.
This is giving startup energy.
We are the Silicon Valley of magic.
Okay, Scry, also Anthony.
Yeah.
What rival outside group causes problems for the Covenant? What is the cause of this conflict?
Okay. So, beside Leopold, the sub-count. Kurt, do we want holy sisters or pirates?
Can they be holy pirates?
All right, holy female pirates. Yes, that is in fact it. It is rumored that the Lighthouse Isle is a sacred place, a burial place of a sort of, at this point, mythical saint that came to Frescia and brought and banished the wild beasts of the sea to make the land habitable. Um, Most sensible folks believe this is just all stories, but it is said that her body is buried in the center of this island. And so while we were given the island by the Viscountess, a local group of holy sisters have been trying to reclaim the island as for its holy status. And I think they have, in the past 10 years, turned entirely to piracy. No longer looked on favorably by the Viscountess and the establishment. They have had to abandon their church and holy abode and take to boats. And occasionally they will raid our island to attempt to drive us away and concoct all sorts of mischievous schemes.
That's great. I don't know what I was expecting, and I'm not disappointed. Okay, that was Scry. So now the world. Where is the Covenant located? What does their home look like?
Okay, well, we've cheated a bit on this already.
Great. Okay.
Do you want
It's on
some
it's on a
elaboration?
lighthouse.
It's on a
Right?
lighthouse on an island. I think that we've got like quite rough seas here and very intense tides in and out. And so, in order to try to account for this, the lighthouse is like really big. It's like very, very tall in order to be seen from quite a distance. Um, and so, I think most of us can fit into the lighthouse itself, into the various rooms that make up the lighthouse, because there's just so much unused space in there. Um, and then we have like a really hodgepodge set of buildings that have kind of been built around the base of the lighthouse. Um, yeah, and the like the light is just like incredibly powerful. It's just like very very bright. So even like in the light of day, there's still like if you're outside, there's still like the constant glare every couple seconds as the giant curved metallic shield spins around, and you get in the corner of your eye.
I like to think that there was a courtyard between the buildings, and then over time it was just like you got to close that. This can't be a courtyard. This is too bright.
So we've kind
Gradually
of
courtyard,
had to enclose everything because it's just too bright.
which only makes the lighthouse seem bigger because now it's just one building even bigger again.
Right. Yes.
Okay, how does the covenant make its living? What does it do for sustenance and to earn wealth? I think given that we've established that there's this level of sponsorship from the local government, I think that's got to be the majority of it at least. Maybe we make a little bit of money if we're approached by like who would approach us is the question.
I was wondering.
Because
Okay,
I
go ahead.
think folks who don't want as much attention on their requests. So I think sometimes we'll get asks for things that are a little more outlandish or dubious. Whether that means that it's harder to accomplish or just that they want more discretion is something that we can get to in time.
Okay, interesting. Um, yeah, I love that.
So mostly sponsored by state,
We
but
have a bit of a black
occasionally
market going on.
bit of a black market.
Black market for magic. Um, Next one is the soul, which is yours, I believe. What magical creature or phenomena does the covenant have to deal with? Magical creature or phenomena?
I think I think there might be some credence to the saint buried here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's maybe like a level of haunting that happens. It doesn't feel. This is part of the reason that it's hard to take the raids as a legitimate mission because the hauntings as it stands aren't, they don't seem malicious in nature. It just seems like sort of a presence. And in fact, some scholars have been trying to isolate the phantom element, I think is what it's called, which seems to occasionally come in and like add extra power to a spell,
Okay.
which is usually welcome and occasionally very bad. So I think there's some kind of power, and we can't quite pin down what it's from. Some folks think it's that saint.
Right, right, right. And it is sometimes our boon and sometimes sabotages us.
Yeah.
Amazing. Final one is death. And our question is, what conflict must the Covenant deal with? Besides the content conflicts we've already mentioned, I do like the idea. Hmm.
I mean,
We want there to be
we've
a
got good
war
ones.
on
A
the,
war.
or there could be an uprising against the Viscountess, like brewing.
I
Anything
almost
catch your
don't
attention?
feel like we need like like a giant additional conflict. It sounds like we're
What if it
already in
an
trouble.
internal conflict then maybe?
Like a power struggle,
Yeah,
you're thinking?
we don't know who our characters are yet, but I wonder whether there might be like, because they couldn't get anybody big to come to this
Mm,
covenant. I wonder maybe we like hired, hired quote unquote, maybe recruited to start the Lighthouse Covenant was like one really old magi past their prime and one really
yeah.
young magi who's not yet sort of proven themselves. And they were kind of given joint control direction of the thing, and a constant battle is playing out.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I like that. That sounds good.
Great.
Okay. Thanks for working that one with me because I wanted to know, but I wasn't ready for war.
No war. That's good. I'm glad we talked it through. It didn't feel quite right. It just felt like what it was asking for, but I like what we landed on better. Um,
Yeah,
okay. We have a covenant created.
we do.
Do we
So
make characters next?
that would be, I think, the logical next step. So for folks who don't have a PDF open in front of them, the way that this game will work is Anthony and I are going to take turns exploring a little mini game of sorts, a scene, a project, a piece of the world or our setting. We're just going to build it out as we go, but the game does begin with some character creation. Each of us will have a magi who is responsible for, slash in charge of, slash has some expertise in the various elements that we personally control as players. I don't think it really has to be all of those elements, but I think we can pull them out as we see fit.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So our magus is created as follows. Our magi, excuse me, are created as follows. I'm I have trouble with that plural.
Each magus. Yeah.
Each magus is created as follows. We need an aspiration of some kind.
We have to assign them a noun or verb also first. Is that true?
It officially their expertise is the collection of nouns and verbs that we have,
Oh.
um, which I'm kind of fine with that. That makes our life easier. For just a summary for folks, I did write them down. I have adjure, conjure, life and soul. Anthony, as ensorcel, scribe, banish death in the world. So our magus, our each magus has
Yes.
a particular thing that they want to do, which can be as normal or outlandish as we feel is appropriate. I'm going to write Anthony's name in one of the columns here. I'm talking about spreadsheets again. You're welcome, everyone.
Okay, so we need to create an aspiration and we're each going to create one magus. Is that right? At the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. The prompts for aspirations are to discover, to master, to create or invent, to prove or prove wrong, to improve or to change. You know, just classic magi aspirations. If you had the ability to cast massive spells that warped the reality, the weave and weft of reality itself, what would you aspire to? Hmm.
What a great question.
So we've mentioned this old magus, you see, right? Past their prime. And the like obvious thing is like, oh, I want to cheat death or whatever, you know? This is a classic possession of a human who is near it to want to defeat death in some way. But I'm bored by this. I want a new direction, a new insight on death. Do I have death, or do you have death? I forget.
You have death.
I have death. Okay, perfect.
I have life.
Life.
Uh, I can't. You would think that life as a common word would not be all it takes for me to think of a song.
But you have a
But almost
song.
every time that someone just says life without any further context, I think of a pretty bad song
What song?
that it's called Life. And the
Oh,
lyrics are maybe some of the worst that you've ever heard.
amazing.
It's called Life. It's by Des'ree, whose name I haven't had to say out loud before. Sorry if you're one of our viewers, Des'ree, pop singer of 1998. I'm just gonna read out a verse from Life. I'm afraid of the dark, especially when I'm in a park and there's no one else around. Ooh, I
Mm-hmm.
get the shivers. I don't want to see a ghost. It's a sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast and watch the evening news.
What? They just rhymed with toast. Cheating.
Truly how the song was written. Truly decided toast was.
I can see why you have the song stuck in your head. It's a
So
fascinating
after
song.
after all is said and done, I know I'm not the only one. Life indeed can be fun if you really want to.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes living out your dreams ain't as easy as it seems. You want to fly around the world in a beautiful balloon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yay!
another verse for you. In case you're wondering what part of this even gets stuck in my head,
Good
it's the
question.
chorus, which goes, life, oh life, oh life, oh life, do, 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 do.
Okay. See, now I understand because they have really gone all in on life. So I can understand why when anyone says it, you're like, you know, that one song that says life 4,000 times. They've claimed it.
Yeah. And she did claim it. And I think about it
What's the name
all
of
the
the artist
time.
again?
Desiree,
That's right. Beautiful, beautiful work. Incredible.
I wonder, see, most of the time pop songs are not written by their singers, and it would be extremely funny if that was the case here.
Who got paid for this?
This is what I want to know. British pop. Oh, that's actually maybe even weirder.
Gotta find the songwriters. Okay. Prince Sampson is the only other songwriter credited on this song.
Huh. Now we know.
Now we
Well, you're
know.
welcome, everyone, for
That's
that
what you
useful
came
little.
here for.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You thought I'd like to hear about late 90s British pop and how it fails.
uh,
Okay.
okay, okay, okay,
It,
okay, okay.
okay. Are you thinking we should be the old Magus and the young Magus?
I
Or should we
mean,
just be
this is an
auxiliary figures?
obvious, an obvious choice, but we could also just be in the shadow of that conflict. You know, that's also fun to be secondary characters.
Ah, whatever. We'll go straight for it,
Let's
right? Why
do
not?
it.
Do you want to be old or young?
I think I want to be old unless you have a great idea for old magus.
No, go for it. You got to
Okay.
wear a helmet, though.
I will. I will. In fact, you also have to wear a helmet, even though
You
you're
don't get
young.
exemptions just because you were born in the 1680s. Hey, Jamie Laney.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Some aspirations.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write down what I'm magus of. I'm magus of life,
Mm-hmm.
of duration, con and ab,
All sorts of duration.
all sorts of duration, and soul.
I'm the
And
magus of ensorceling and scrying. Uh, and other stuff. What else am I the magus of? Banishing, death, and the world. Ugh, amazing.
cool. I think my magus is named. Yep. All right. My magus is named Puppercup.
Puppercup? Puppercup the young magus? Ah, Puppercup is on
Puppercup.
his way up.
Yeah.
What an up-and-comer Puppercup.
I wasn't sure about it, but now it just seems right. Puppercup. Puppercup pronouns. Puppercup pronouns. Yeah. Screw it. We'll be he him. Go with the pronouns my mommy gave me. I am going to say Puppercup aspires to.
What does...
Oh, this could be a real mess. Here's the tragedy, Lock the Fox. You have, I'm afraid, written a better song than the original song. And I don't want to say that it didn't take you any time at all, but
Couldn't have taken that long. Because we were here the whole time.
we were here the whole time.
Um, I think my magus is named Billerwick of Brogsgate. You gotta have an of, you know? It's important. I think,
Puppercup doesn't think so.
well, Puppercup is so young, you know? It's not into celebrating where you come from, what your origin is. Billerwick also has a honorary title, of course. But it's a little insulting. But a great moment in Billerwick's life, or a notable moment. I think,
I'm just gonna say,
yeah.
Lock the Fox's song is, in turns out, actually real. It is a real song.
Oh.
So it makes sense that it's better than a song that famously has bad lyrics. There you go, folks.
Oh, there you go.
I thought it was a little perfect, but Locke always be posting lyrics, so what are you gonna do?
Always.
While you think about Billerwick's dreams, Puppercup aspires to unlock the second layer. Puppercup thinks there's another ground up there.
Up there.
Yeah,
That's great.
and we could all be walking and growing things and
On second layer.
on second layer. Yeah, everywhere has second layer. We just haven't unlocked it yet.
That's good. That's very good. I love that so much. So much that I won't even write an aspiration of my own. I'll just copy paste yours. Turns out Billerwick and Puffercup are perfectly aligned on their aspirations. Wow.
They just can't agree where the second layer is. Puppercup says it's up.
Billerwick
Billerwick
says down.
down.
um. Okay. Billerwick's aspiration is to rescue everyone from hell, because that doesn't seem very fair. Billerwick's notable moment, his current claim to history, is that, well, at one point trying to summon a demon to speak with or banish, accidentally summoned himself to the hell realms, and for subjectively several centuries, but in the upper world, just a year and a half, was served as a sock to a demon, was worn upon the demon's foot for quite some time, and accidentally managed to make his way back, and since then has been driven to rid the world of hell and bring everyone back. Because it just doesn't seem necessary. Why would you have a hell? That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Ergo, we now move on to creating a companion or a grog.
Yay!
Anthony, you got a preference between a grog or a companion?
Oh, I kind of feel like I want a grog.
Then you've got a grog, and I'll have a companion. A
Okay.
companion has an area of expertise and a bond to someone else in the covenant. And I think just to make things easy, my companion has a bond with Billerwick.
Okay.
Um,
Do I
so
get a
my
bond?
companion,
Yeah.
yeah, my companion is, I want to say, someone Billerwick brought back from hell. Um, wouldn't it be awkward if this was a succubus?
Your vocation is succubus, Kurt? You just created
Yeah.
it. Oopsie. Don't you hate when you bring a succubus back from hell? Could they have like a really nice relationship?
I think they do. Yeah. I think for all intents
Sexless.
and purposes, did you say sexless?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Billerwick in no way is making moves on the succubus. The succubus makes moves on other people all the time. Um,
As you would, as a
as you
succubus.
would. Often apologizes for it afterwards, which doesn't make it better. Really just makes things awkward for everyone.
Mm.
I think, yeah.
What
So this
what is Billywick and the succubus's official relationship?
officially it's sort of like a domain of study of sorts, I think. Like this is a valuable being with experience in the realm that Billerwick is attempting to make major alterations to say the
Mm-hmm.
least. And I think by that token, if nothing else, the succubus is a kind of an object of study. But I think there's got to be like a better, in an academic context, is there a term you'd use for this? Isn't an artist in residence, but like I want something between that and something and just someone you're straight up studying, like a weird medical case of
Oh, I
sorts.
see. I mean, it kind of makes me think of like a muse, but that's not quite right. Um, um,
Just gonna set that message to be pinned for the rest of my life. In fact,
uh,
I think we have taken great lengths to make this succubus's presence not known to the sub-account, who would be real weird about it.
does the succubus like appear obviously a spawn of hell, or like can we dress the succubus up like just kind of a weird looking person, just like a really sexy maid?
Give me just a second. I have a thought. I feel like so the biggest tell isn't like horns. Maybe there's a couple like forehead nubs that could be mistaken for a pox,
Right, right, right.
right? But there's not like a full like yeah, giant like
Sure.
and a tail is no big deal if there even is a tail. There's a
Mm-hmm.
tail. But that doesn't matter, right? You're wearing a dress, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
it's fine.
But I think like the skin is pretty red is the challenge.
Okay. They're
Um,
Irish.
and so I think it does maybe look like a really bad case of like rosacea.
Okay.
So that's the pitch, but it's not the right color.
It
It's
doesn't.
not like pink. It's
Right.
like red.
Anybody who really
Um,
thought about it would not be convinced.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is great. Can the succubus be like officially like a research assistant or something to
Sure.
maybe something like that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Excellent. Um, my grog over here is going to be a well digger. I think that the we are on the ocean, so there's not necessarily free like fresh water here. So it's quite important to have a source of fresh water, but we're also on a very rocky peninsula. And so one of the things that is very unfortunate about living on this island is that you have to constantly bring in water or mead or ale in order to drink anything at all. But we have been trying to dig a well. It's just taken a very long time. So we have a professional well digger who has been hard at work for the last 10 years, descending further and further into the crust of the earth. And that will be my grog. Uh,
I didn't pick a name for this poor succubus. I think the name is quite noble because
yeah.
I think maybe there's like a hellish nobility that parallels. So maybe in her realm, she's like a. Actually, you know what? Hell does have lady earls, so this is an earless.
It's an
She is
Urless.
the.
That's one thing that's special about Hal, is that they have
She is
lady
red
earls.
earless of brimstone,
Hey, Chem
which is
Dog,
not to
welcome
be
in.
confused with Brogsgate, which is apparently where Billerwick is from.
I'm having a great time coming up with medieval names. And also, wait, where's Leopold from? What's the name of that?
Leopold is the subcount. The whole region is Frescia. Oh no, Leopold's from Brimfall. That's so bad.
I think that's
Oh, that's
great.
how this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, actually,
yeah.
do you want to elaborate on that idea?
Yeah, okay. So Billerwick ended up in hell partly because there were problems relating to like it's very paperwork, right?
Yeah.
When you do these spells, a lot of it is about the details. A lot of it is about getting like a series of important small little things lined up very closely. And it is not that hard to, with a slip of the pen or a stray of the mind, move from the idea of brimfall to brimstone, which is
Yeah.
a real word, thank you. And Billerwick can't take responsibility for the fact that that wasn't exactly what was intended to be said. Look, it is what it is.
That's right. That's exactly it. Um, and so went to Brimstone, and of course, because of just like there is resonance between the material world and the many realms, including hell, and so you know, because there is a viscountess of Brimfall, there must be an earless of Brimstone, and of course, she was attracted by way of the magnetism of fates to come back here, as it is.
Yeah. Hi, Kim Dog. I think Anthony already said that.
It did.
Um, cool. Well, that's fun. Uh, you want your grog to have a bond to anyone in particular?
It said I have to have a bond to a minor character.
Right, which would
What's
be
that
someone
mean?
that maybe we haven't seen yet.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But honestly, the way that our game designer put it to me, it sounds like these rules are for us to build on, not to feel limited by. So if you wanted to just connect right back to
I
Buffer
think it would
Cup,
be fun to connect to Pupper Cup. I just think for like proper like world building, giving
yeah.
ourselves story threads to follow. Um, do you have any sense about why Pupper Cup might be connected to a well digger? I don't know too
Yeah,
much about Pupper
absolutely.
Cup. Yeah,
Well digging is just the exact opposite of what Puffer Cup is trying to do. You're
right.
trying to tap into an important source of energy. And also, if you dig down there, you can live down there. There's a hole you could tunnel it through, but that's so much more work. If you just dug a well up, you would get to the second layer, and that would be so much easier.
So you're often encouraging the well digger to dig up.
I'm trying to get like inspiration, I think.
Okay.
Because Pepper Cup doesn't think that you could genuinely just like start digging up.
Right.
Um, but Pepper Cup does want to understand like the mental state of the well digger,
Hmm.
to like understand
Okay,
what
yes.
drives a man to dig.
Okay, so in a nice like symmetry, just as red, the Urless of Brimstone has become sort of the object of study for Billerwick.
Mm.
So too has Grimsley the Well Digger become the object of study of Puppercup, and so they spend many long hours deep underground together as Puppercup is like taking notes apparently. And I think that Grimsley is just like has one of those just like sweet dispositions of just like impossible to irritate them, such that like they've just sort of like happily enjoyed Puppercup's presence, even though I think to many people it'd be quite annoying to be like kind of constantly like observed as if you were a zoo animal, and I think they've become like fast friends in some way. There's like a deep fondness. Does that seem right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that does seem right. That's also nice. I
Great.
imagine that maybe the relationship in the other direction between Red and Puppercup and between Grimsley and Billerwick are not as positive. I
No,
think
I
those
think those are
relationships are messes.
yeah. Do we have any idea about Brimsley and Red, the succubus's relationship?
Grimsley and Red, no idea what that looks like. I mean, of course they had a fling. Who didn't?
That's the
Other
thing.
than,
I think that
yeah,
maybe Grimsley being quite a traditional person and by their morals believes that because um, he and Red have slept together,
oh
they must
no.
marry. And it feels quite irritated by the fact that Red will keeps rejecting his advances, as this is obviously what's supposed to happen. It's quite improper.
Oh, what a mess. I love that. Okay, perfect. Okay, that brings us to play, I guess, really. Here's how this is going to work. In this game, we have a wheel. It's called wheel. Uh, well, it's called the wheel. It doesn't matter. We have a wheel of actions. On your turn, you are going to roll a die and then move one of the 3 game tokens that many spaces around the wheel. There is some flexibility how you move around the wheel because spaces are adjacent to one or more things. Um, but each space has a different narrative action associated with it, which you would perform. There are a couple of rules for movement. One, you have to move orthogonally, so you can't sort of cross over a diagonal border. Um,
Okay.
this is extremely exciting for people who aren't looking at a wheel right now.
Everyone is now looking at a wheel.
Oh, well, welcome to the wheel, everyone. Uh, option Rule 2, you can't go counterclockwise, so the wheel is around like a clock. And rule number 3, you can't enter the space you just left most recently during movement.
Okay.
So you can't just sort of go like into a space, out of a space. You know, like there's
Yeah, yeah,
ways
yeah.
that could be permissible if that
Because
rule
I guess you
wasn't
could go
explicit.
like in and out from the wheel, right? There's
Sure,
nothing
Red
stopping from
knows
that.
all about that.
Oh, and Grimsley wishes under
Well,
the sanctity of marriage.
for the sanctity of marriage. Um, it sounds like neither of them really want to, though. Grimsley's just like, I have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can see our faces again.
Hello, this is my face. It's the same as it was before.
What if it had changed?
That would be crazy, bro.
Bro!
I'm 90% sure it's a D6 that we're rolling, but I don't actually see it. I'm sure it's a D6. So here's something fun about this wheel. There's 3 tokens, and each is corresponding to a different type of character. There are the shovel token there's the shovel token, which is Grog's. There's the magic wand token, which is our
Magi.
magi.
You got it. That's the plural.
Oh, it was really tough though. And then there's the like chain, the link sort of token, which is a companion move.
Nice.
Now, most of the time, it's not like critical that that particular character be. Some of these are not really tied to a character, but specifically for scene,
Yeah.
which is one of these, it would have to be a character that matches the type.
Okay.
So, so yeah, I believe you roll first and then you decide what token you're moving and where you're moving it to.
Yeah. On your turn, roll the die, choose one of the three character tokens on the wheel, and move exactly the number of spaces shown on the die.
There you go. Uh, Now, at the beginning of the game, all three tokens are starting off the wheel, and then on the first turn, the first player selects a token and puts it on the character space, taking a character action.
The character
E
space, oh, down there. Okay.
yeah, bingo. That's pretty much it. The individual rules for the spaces are relatively short, and they're just sort of fun resolution things that we'll do as we do.
Okay.
My hair is doing crazy things today.
Oh,
Just in
wow.
case you didn't know where to look, I've got like a wow cool alfalfa
Oh, yeah,
situation.
you're like a little baby chick.
I am like
Drawn
a
by
little
the
baby
Charlie
chick.
Brown writer.
What is that person's
Charles
name? Schmaltz?
Schultz?
Schultz. Schultz. Yeah.
Schultz?
Yeah, Charles Schultz. Wait, wait, wait.
Is that right?
Charlie Brown was made by Charles?
Yeah. I
Hmm.
guess it's a self insert character.
Is that, should we feel bad for Charles?
Because Charlie Brown's a really unhappy character.
Charlie Brown doesn't have it in a good way.
No. I mean, it makes sense. Who writes this sad, depressed character who's mistreated constantly? Makes
Yeah.
sense.
We've got, I mean, a lot of comic characters are self-inserts, right? I feel like more than maybe even any other medium. My dentist, as a child
My favorite medium.
was the wife of, sorry, was the husband of For Better or For Worse's
What?
author.
No way. For
I
real?
guess that might not mean that much outside of
Is
Canada.
that just a Canadian thing?
Well, it's best known in Canada, but
Canadian
yeah,
comic
I
strip.
went to the dentist upon which For Better or For Worse was based. So that's weird.
Oh, because it's set in a fictional suburb of Toronto, Ontario. And you
Yes,
also
but
grew up in a fictional suburb of Toronto, Ontario.
it wasn't actually the GTA. It was way up in North Bay.
Oh, what?
Um,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
weird. Huh.
Otto,
What?
your auntie was surely a neighbor of mine. Then that is fascinating. That is not a large town.
Huh, wait. Okay, Otto.
Otto,
Hmm.
where's your aunt from?
Who's Otto?
Okay, well, that's
Huh.
interesting. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while.
We're gonna have to get to the bottom of that one of these days.
But right
Um,
now, we're going to get to the top of a turn.
yeah, let's do it.
So our first turn is a character turn.
Okay.
Oh, small logistical note.
Yes.
When you move one of these tokens, click on it first and then click and drag. That's just how images work in Google Sheets.
Okay.
It is annoying. I thought about programming a way around it, and then I spent all week coughing and then also crashing. The second one didn't really impede me in any way, but it's also true.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Um, okay, so character. I'll take my turn doing a companion turn because I'm the only one who's got a companion character. Although
It's
Anthony
true.
could have used this turn to create a character of the appropriate
Oh,
type,
you can do
but
that,
we
huh?
just
I
did
see.
that, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now, my other option is to reveal something about a character that I control of that character type, telling us a detail of their life.
Okay.
That wasn't obvious before. Um, I think Red is getting something out of this, which is much like medieval society itself, hell is hierarchical and oppressive, and
Hmm.
just there's so many expectations of you, and if you are an earless, um, it sucks. People are always petitioning you for things, and you can't change the system. You you serve the king like anyone else, and by the king, of course, I mean the devil. So Red was tired of the whole thing, and this Bumblechump coming in sock-wise and entering hell was an excellent opportunity for Red just to leave, just to not have a noble title associated anymore and live her best life out there. Um, so I think Red, Red, Red plays cards. Yeah,
Ooh.
Red plays cards a lot in her spare time. I think that's like people joke about how Red spends her spare time being a succubus, but a lot of the time Red's just like dealing cards, whittling away the hours.
Relatively speaking, does this mean Red is technically in heaven?
Yes. Yeah. The second heaven, that would probably be too much.
That would kill you. Yeah.
That would kill you. That'd kill you dead.
Heaven's
But
gonna kill you.
this is great. Yeah.
I like that. Does she not try not to let on that things are so good?
Yeah. I think sometimes some folks are scared of her, but I mean, plenty aren't. And so she just doesn't talk about it that much, goes with her
Yeah.
backstory, plays along. People are willing to. A lot of weird things happen in this covenant, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She says she's sunburnt from the lighthouse. That's her main cover.
Sunburnt from the lighthouse. That's great. That's a really good little detail. I kind of love Red now. Okay. That makes it my turn, right?
Yeah.
And I also need to start by either moving the that token or bring a new one onto the board, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab the Magus symbol, and I'll also move it onto character because I have a Magus. And that means I either need to create a new Magus, which I won't do, or I need to reveal something new about my Magus, which is what I will do. Billerwick. So as we mentioned before, Billerwick is old. Billerwick has lived the life of a Magus at a different covenant in what's it called? Princeland? Is that what it's called? In the center of the
That's the
country.
neighboring province, I think.
What's that? That's the neighboring
I
province?
think that's the neighboring province.
Okay.
Yeah. We're in Frescia, I
Brescia.
said, I believe.
Yeah, so I think that Billerwick was a proper magi at a proper covenant with the queen's blessing to do magic, well equipped, etc. But after this unfortunate sockening, in which Billerwick spent several centuries as a demon sock, upon his return, not well respected and sort of moved out of the Magus community, and was in retirement basically until now, until this covenant began. Billerwick doesn't really want to be a magi. Billerwick was kind of fine with retirement. The whole mess of the covenant is not something that Billerwick wants. But Billerwick is deeply in debt and at risk of going to debtor's prison. And so the Viscountess, when creating this covenant, told Billerwick that he had to get the covenant to a certain level of success, and then his debts would be erased. And so he is desperately working away on that. Well, I think his partner actually does sit in debtor's prison, at the moment until Billerwick has paid his debts back. Um, and I think not everybody at the Covenant knows about this particular ticking time bomb or task that Billerwick has to complete.
Gotcha. Hmm. Well, now we know. Bellerwick's in a little
A
trouble.
little trouble. Okay.
I think I'm just gonna roll a die.
Nice. Let's do it. First, die roll.
First die roll of my life. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So I have plenty of options over here. Let's go to.
Oh.
There's a,
What is he doing?
well, those are sounds that you make when you are reviewing your various
I
options.
see. I see.
Yeah, did you not know that?
I did not know that.
Well, now you know, and
I guess there's a
I
lot of.
hope next time you understand better.
Thank you. There's a lot of spaces on this board, and I don't know what any of them do.
You're about to.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I'll go to project. So I'm gonna take the Magus token and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, tricky
So
business.
yeah, I'm spinning us around. I'm going to the space called project. The active character, which in this case is my Magus, which would be, of course, Puppercup, uh, who's trying to unlock the second layer in the clouds. Puppercup is going to start a new project based on one of the current issues or goals of the character. So I think we're just going to make this pretty on the nose, right? We're in this, right? Puppercup's goal is to well up.
Well, by that, Kurt means to dig a well upwards
Up.
into the sky, whatever that means.
Well, once you get up there, all kinds of useful things will flow down from it to you. And you can take a bucket up to the second layer and, establish whatever you want to up there. It's unclaimed land. Look, this will be up Frescia.
I love Upper Frescia.
Yeah, Upper Frescia is better. And I think the first time Puppercup sells it, uh, hadn't yet thought of Upper Frescia, just said
Up
Frescia,
Frescia.
but up there, up Frescia. And someone helpfully replied, Upper Frescia? Which is a real place, I think. There is a neighboring province called
Called
Upper
Upper
Frescia.
Frescia, yes.
And Puppercup said, yes, but that will be North Frescia now.
It was a bad name to start with.
They didn't anticipate the second layer. Does Puppercup speak like a transatlantic narrator? Maybe.
Maybe.
So that is the goal of the project.
Okay. What else
Now,
do you need to do to create a
projects.
project?
Yeah, so magical projects are going to require a couple of things from us. This is certainly a magical project. Does Puppercup have relevant expertise? That is the first question here. I'm going to quickly gander at so conjure, abjure, life and soul. In many ways, no.
No. Conjure?
Abjure, maybe.
Wait, what is that? Abjure? Is that transform? What's that?
It lets me control, command, or manipulate the noun in question.
So all you have is life and soul to manipulate. just pointing out.
Shh. There are other magi here who can help Puppercup. Puppercup knows how to control and manipulate and command as one might do to, up. And if people don't believe that the second layer exists, then Puppercup says, well, it's conjuration then. It's to create.
Yeah, I was going to ask, does Puppercup have any evidence of the second layer?
There was an incredibly vivid dream, I think, in which Puppercup was bounding along the clouds, and it looked kind of like a spacewalk as we would imagine it these days.
Right. Okay.
But it's not the moon. People always ask Puppercup, oh, the moon, the great sphere in the sky, and Puppercup is like, no,
the second layer.
You don't understand. Yeah. So, okay. Our first question was, is there expertise? Um, I have picked one of the more complicated things to resolve. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Uh, so let's give me some circles for this.
Okay. These
Because you
are like things you have to complete, like kind of like.
check boxes, if you
Yeah.
will,
Yeah. Okay.
just abstract check boxes towards the completion of a project.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hop on down to Magic Land and I will let you know how many we need. Um,
And
so
so
this is
the
going to be based on, let's say, Abjur and the world. So Upper Cup is only partially prepared to enact this.
yes,
Might need some help from Billerwick.
amazing, great drama.
Great drama. Every spell in this game will take at least a season to complete. And there is like one of the spaces on our board here that advances seasons, just so that you know. But each noun and verb that is invoked in this process has a short list of questions listed on its card that will add seasons that it takes to complete a magical project.
All
So,
right, you ready for the questions, Kurt? I'll ask you them.
yes,
Abjure questions. Ready?
if you would.
Are you attempting to command more of the noun, the world, than a strong man can carry?
Yes.
Plus one season? Does this adjuration permanently change the subject?
Hmm. Yes.
Plus one season?
Hmm.
Are you beginning this project on the solstice, equinox, an eclipse, or other astrologically significant date?
Hmm. Uh, there's one situation I can think of in which this is true,
Mm-hmm.
which is maybe we just finished whatever drudgery nonsense that the sub count asked us to do in preparation for some holiday feast.
Yeah.
Like, can you bring big plums? Yes. Yes, we can bring big plums. I can bring big plums.
The problem is that the plums aren't even like that big. Like they're orange sized, which is big for a plum, but not particularly impressive. So we've just finished that, which means what time is it? What part of the year?
It either means we just missed an important moment seasonally, because I think maybe this was an equinox feast,
Yeah. No, let it be on the
or
equinox. We've finished. We sent off the plums the day before.
cool. So 2 seasons from that.
2 seasons.
And then we go to the
The
world.
world. Does this
Uh,
spell require manipulating earth or things of a solid nature?
I think you technically have to speak to this
I
because you were
do.
in charge of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I must answer. I don't know what even are you trying to do?
I think in Pupper Cup's mind, this is just like you can walk around up there. We just need to get up
You just need
there,
to get
and
up.
it's up there.
What's up?
But whether or not you feel that it's just up there to go to is a separate question.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna say that this requires manipulating air somehow. We have to create a passageway up through the atmosphere. So no to earth, no to water. Those are the questions. But it does require manipulating air, which adds an additional season. Um, yeah. Okay.
I
Great.
think you could argue that it also involves things of
Earth.
a solid nature if
Yeah.
Pupper Cup thinks that you can walk around
Walk
up
around
there.
up there. Okay. Okay. That's true. That's true. Okay. So 4 seasons in total.
Not bad.
After that.
So we don't actually, as I understand it from talking with Nick, creator of this game, I'm pretty sure that you can fill in these with the project space, with the relevant scene, or with the season step itself. So
Okay.
it doesn't have to be 3 times stepping on season, I don't believe, but that's my interpretation. And if you play this game yourself, feel free to make a call that you feel is most appropriate. So,
So
4 seasons to complete.
does that mean we also have 4 bubbles to fill?
Yes, it does. That's specifically what it means. Yeah.
Okay. And do we start with
Or
0?
five, I guess, because I think it's
always
default.
1 by default.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 5 seasons to complete, and 0 to 5 bubbles filled for now.
Yes.
Okay, and it's
Sierra has
azure.
helpfully asked, is the moon a hole in the second layer, or is it some kind of reflection?
I was gonna
Or is the
ask
second
you.
layer above the moon?
I was gonna ask about exactly why we can't see the second layer, or perhaps we can.
Um, some would argue you can see it the whole time. Thanks. It's actually not that. You can just, if you look,
If you look, if you actually
you're not
properly
looking.
look,
You're not looking
yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
I'm glad you understand. Ah, thanks for saying hello on YouTube.
Oh, hi.
Also, Otto.
Oh, Otto. Hello, Otto. Uh,
Um, Uppercup thinks the moon is just a reflection.
just a reflection.
Yeah, of our own giant lighthouse.
Amazing.
Which it might be. Prove me wrong.
Could be. Wow. This guy, he's onto something.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So that is, I have started a project. Projects can be magical or mundane. If they're mundane, it's just always three bubbles for a mundane.
Okay. Lovely. Okay.
Okay,
So now I will roll the dice. Yes?
you ought to.
I have rolled a 2. Let's go look at our playboard. So I could still put the grog token onto character, which I need to do if I want the grog token to be in play. So I should probably do that at some point. But I have already rolled the dice, which implies that I am going to move. Can I move the companion token? Feels strange. I
Yeah,
don't have a companion.
yeah, you can.
Okay.
Um, there's only a couple of them that are sort of locked to particular characters.
Okay, what I really want to do though is I want to go one over to question and then one over to scene. Because I would really love to see a scene between our magi at the very least in the context perhaps of this new
Ah,
project.
well, I wouldn't move the companion token there then, because that
No,
would
I moved
be
the magi token. Sorry.
great. Okay.
What happens on
Yeah.
scene?
What happens on scene? We zoom in on something that we've established.
Okay,
Uh, we need to know the focus of the scene, where and when it occurs, and the question that we're trying to answer with it.
lovely. I've got it all. Ready?
Great. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
So our the focus of the scene is the project, the well up, and when I think it's perhaps 10 to 14 days past the equinox, and so Pupper Cup has been working on this project, and I think even a couple weeks in, knows that he's coming up short without quite the right expertise to deliver. And so we are in the lighthouse. I forgot the name of my magus. What's the name of my magus?
Billerwick.
Billerwick, thank you. In Billerwick's side of the office, I think the top layer right beneath the giant spinning light is split in half, and one side of it goes to Billerwick and one side goes to Papa Cup. And so I think they don't often visit each other because there's already many tensions from the last 10 years. One of those working relationships which has settled, has crusted over, and it works fine as long as no one actually tries to talk to each other. But in a rare event, I think Pupper Cup has come to knock on Billerwick's door. And the question that we want to answer in this scene is, will Billerwick help well up? Does that sound okay, Kurt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello, are you up? Billerwick?
Hello?
Billerwick?
Hello? Jesus, what's happening?
Well, I require your attention. I
Is
require
the
your
tower
aid.
coming down, or
No. No.
what?
No, the tower's going up. Wait, this is regarding well up. Did you not get my message? And I think there's a message that's like the camera pans down and there's clearly a note that's been like not opened. Was slid under, was picked up, was set like on the desk and not opened.
Um, no. And Billywick just sort of pushes it out of eye shot. I don't think I got it.
Ah, it's hard to find good work these days. Hard to find good help these days. Hard to. I could use some good help these days. I am finally making progress on the well up.
Gosh.
Don't.
You're still
It will
doing
be.
that.
Of course, I'm still doing that. I haven't done it yet, and the second layer's up there for the taking. Upper Freschia waits for no one.
The concern, Papa Cop, as we've
I
spoken at
understand.
length.
I understand. You're worried Red's going to get sucked up the well up, and it'll be double heaven, no good for Red.
That's absolutely not my concern. I've never said that. Why would you think that? I don't
I
care that
understand you
much
have an
about
existing
Red.
No, no, no. I understand you have an existing relationship, and I'm not. I've never been judgeful of it. You know that I've never been judgeful of it.
But
But that
we have a
doesn't mean we
professional
need.
relationship, me and Red. It's completely subject of study. I just want to make that clear.
Of course, and you wouldn't want your professional associate to be sucked up a giant well into the sky.
Exactly
I
that, but no
understand.
wink. Can we take the wink back?
I,
Say it again, no wink.
I think you heard me fine. Now, all I'm asking for is a little bit of help making this project come together. I've been working towards this for years, abstractly, putting in the research you understand, and now it's time to act on it.
I see. You know how I feel, Papa Cup, about the well up.
Come on.
We have limited resources, and while I appreciate your curiosity, we perhaps should spend our time on something a little more important. Perhaps something that might attract more attention to the Isle.
You don't think spades and spades of new land will attract the Viscount's attentions and support? I think certainly it seems more effective than trying to impress Leopold.
If
The plums were large enough this year, by the way, so congratulations for that.
Thank you for your work on that. I'm sorry I wasn't more help. As you know, I have been struggling with my research. But I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You're a wizard with stone fruit.
I'm not asking much, Billerwick.
What are you asking for?
One evening, each fortnight, in which you can dedicate your existing understanding of the world towards my application. I understand what's up there. I think we can well establish that. But while I have the means to get us there, I don't have the means to manipulate the energies. All I need is a little bit of dedicated study and effort regarding the Olfax scrolls.
Oh, I see. I haven't looked at those in quite some time.
That's what I'm asking you to do.
Well, they are interesting. I'll give you that. I'll help you. But, a condition. We have to raise the profile of the Isle. You understand? We're still backwater, forgive me. Magi. The Covenant's not even known in Princeland. They laugh at us. That's what I hear.
If they don't know us, they can't laugh. Once they know us, they won't be. It's a simple proposition.
Okay. But I need you to devote some of your time to our more traditional pursuits. You know, more typical work of Magi. Cheat death, turn back time, really big plums, you know, that kind of thing.
Are you asking about the hell thing, Billerwick?
The hell thing could be promising.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Next fortnight, come around. I'll let you know what I can do.
Fine.
You let me know what you can do.
And Papa Cup?
Hmm.
If, by chance, someone had evidence there was no second layer, You would stop this, yes?
Of course. Yes, I'd stop it right away.
I have your
Just
word.
show me the evidence. That's all I've ever said.
All right, fine, fine. I'll see you down there. We need to look. We should do one of those staff meetings or something. Bring everyone together, inspire them or something.
Mm. Well, goodbye, says Buttercup, I think, and turns
Okay.
around,
Good night.
walks out.
God. Slams the door. Red, you won't believe what this guy's asking for.
What are you two playing right now?
We are playing platonic strip cribbage.
Is that like the what? Why is strip involved?
It's the only way Red will play with me.
I see, because Red has a lot of people that Red can play cards with,
Mhm.
and they're all willing to have that extra element.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That
All right.
explains why you weren't wearing your hat.
I'd already lost a round. Ugh. You gotta
Okay.
run. Crazy.
These things happen.
Okay, that's our first scene, guys.
That's fun. Oh shoot, it's me again.
Yeah. There's only two people playing this game, Kurt.
That is how it works. But it's not how it usually works in my defense. Okay.
It's true. It's true.
I'll roll the die.
Roll that die, roll that die, roll that die,
Roll that
roll
die,
that die.
roll that die. Ooh.
We've got a really nice background today, Kurt. What is this? What is
Ah.
this?
I will tell you now. Our background is two things. One is an ink and paint mixture, which forms the basis of what I thought was sort of a swirly cauldron weirdness. That's courtesy of Texture Labs, who create all their textures by hand from scratch, and make them freely available to people. I really
Nice.
can't say enough of good things about Texture Labs.
Cool.
And the papers that surround us are a series of 19th century texts on magic,
Sick.
courtesy of Internet Archive. There are a
Nice.
lot of like kind of kooky 19th century texts on magic, from incantations to sort of, and some of them are like one person is a little kooky, and then some of them are like, I consider this culture exotic. Here are their magic things, and those are unfortunate. Um,
That's really cool, though.
and there's also a
Amazing.
deeply prolific, I think it's called Magic Image or Magic Lantern, deeply prolific photography
Oh,
magazine that ran during that era as well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is
Magic
so
Lantern.
interesting. And I have included just the edge of one of those, perhaps in a thumbnail or on here.
Cool.
Anyway, you might have been trying to give me time, but
I asked you a question in the middle of you having to do stuff. I'm sorry.
I was ready. I am going to choose to move the companion token
Okay.
to, I think, let's do connect.
Okay.
We're going to think about a relationship between the character of the token's type, in this case, that would be red, and the character played by another player. Going to ask of the player an open-ended question, so not yes or no, about how those two characters relate to each other, something that happened in the past, change their relationship now, or something one character thinks or feels about the other. So I think we've got to explore Grimsley and Red, I think.
Grimsley
Did
and
we
Red.
establish anything about them, or did we just leave that space open for the time?
We said that maybe they've hooked up because that's what Red
Yes,
does, and
right.
that Grimsley wants to get married.
Right. Perfect. I knew there was
There's
something, and I was
something.
like, we need this.
We have
Okay.
completed all the edges in our little graph of connections between all the characters.
I think there's some action that Grimsley is always taking, and I want to know how big of an action it is.
Okay.
So there's some recurring thing, and I'm imagining that it could be anywhere between a proposal to an actual like trying to set up a wedding, to just like, oh, come on. You know, like where on the scale does it fall? What is this repeated action and what does it look like? Is it the same every time?
Yeah, I think that Grimsley's convinced a fan of the romantic tales told by the minstrels. Grimley is convinced that because him and Red have had a connection, if he proposes in a romantic enough way,
Oh,
um, Red should say yes. And every time Red does not say yes, Grimsley's like, oh, well, I must have sort of been not romantic enough. So Grimsley, about every fortnight or so, will plan a more romantic and more elaborate proposal, often in public places. To the extent that like this point is kind of everybody knows it's going to happen. It's a small island. Red's completely over it. But Grimsley will learn a song or a dance. Most recently, he put on a one act play, an excerpt of a classic romance,
oh no.
and he played all the characters. Um, and he's constantly looking for new, more grand ways to show his somewhat non-existent love for Red. Yeah.
So, as funny as it is to imagine Red just walking out immediately on these, I think it's funnier if Red always sticks around for the whole thing, knowing that Grimsley will sleep with her at the end of it.
Yeah, of course.
And the answer doesn't change though. It's still no, we're not going to get married. I'm a succubus. That's not I don't do that.
I think Red like keeps telling him that like she's literally hell spawn and is not sure that like the sanctity of marriage can even apply to her. That the
It
sacrament
might
might,
like it might burn her.
yeah. um, but Grimsley
I
is,
burn him. Don't
yeah.
marry a demon.
I think marrying a demon seems like a obviously terrible thing to do. You may be cursed.
Actually, my name's Kurt.
Oh, he's so funny.
That's my turn. I'm so funny and my turn is done.
Nice. Okay, I am going to bring the grog token onto the board, put it on the character space, as one may do, just to get it in play, but also to reveal something new, even though we've just revealed something new, but something even newer about Grimsley that we did not know before. So, okay, so I think that Grimsley. This is a more recent piece of news. This is an innovation. Grimsley is of course close to Puppercup, and Puppercup is now completely obsessed with the Well Up project, and that means that the sort of period of study in which Puppercup has spent a lot of time watching Grimsley has ended, and Grimsley's like a bit sad. I think that Puppercup, his constant companion, is no longer there because Puppercup's busy with more important things. And Grimsley can also see that Puppercup desperately wants this well up and is also like unable to do it. So Grimsley has been in secret practicing the magical arts. There's a lot of books that have been left around the island. And Grimsley has been collecting them. And while Grimsley does not have a formal education, Grimsley has been poring over the texts and trying to teach himself some of the magic of the world in order to help in the effort. Hoping maybe one day Peppercup will invite him onto the project so he can see his friend again, and also
Oh,
hoping that he might be able to help Peppercup achieve his dreams. Um,
that's
uh,
cute.
yeah, so that's what's happening in the evenings after the well digging and between rehearsals for his next proposal.
Dang. Well, there it is. Uh, okay. Well now I'm just like poor Grimsley. Uh, okay, wheel time again. Um, I think it's wheelie time. Oh, I need to roll. Now we always must roll, as every token is on the wheel.
Ah,
I've rolled a
yes.
1, which is kind of nice in that it limits my options and I can't go cuckoo bananas doing everything in the world. Uh, let's move the Magus token to, I think we, did we just do question recently? No, we didn't. Let's do question.
Ooh, okay.
So
Magus is
we're
going
going
to
to
question.
select something, quote unquote, on the table, which could be a project or a character right now. Later, we might have made a wonder or other things, but not now. So we're going to select one of those elements and we're going to ask a question about the item. I'm going to do those things. And then I'm going to point to quote unquote one player, which means you, and
Okay.
you're going to give me the answer to the question.
I like when our turns are more strenuous than the other person for some reason.
Yeah.
Your turn is about me.
Now, awkwardly, this game officially bottoms out at 3. So I am going to ask chat to provide a second answer,
Okay.
uh, distinct from the first in some way, and then I'm going to choose one to be true.
Okay, fun.
Chat, if you don't deliver, then Anthony's answer will be true by default,
I could come up
and
with a
you will have
second one.
deprived me the privilege of choice. But that's okay, because I appreciate you being here anyway.
You didn't sign up to have to play the game. You were just thought you could watch, so I understand.
It's not really fair in many
Yeah,
ways. If you wanted to play this, you should have joined me on my Discord server a few months ago when we played it.
that's
That's
fun.
the kind of thing we do around here. Anyway, what is it that I am
Question,
doing? I am
question.
asking a question. It is regarding, I want to say, let's pick a character maybe. I think this is about, no, you know what? We're going to ask about Well Up. We're going to
Yeah,
ask
okay.
about Well Up,
Good,
the
good, good.
project to, well, I didn't write a description here, but the project to unlock second layer. I have caps lock on. Agreed, sorcery. It would be nice if timelines lined up. Well Up.
What's the question?
The question
I
is,
can think of some good ones.
once the connection has been made to the second layer,
Mm-hmm.
what is the biggest danger up there?
Ooh, I love that you have assumed the second layer is real. Okay, this is informative. Um, okay.
I think with enough time, it doesn't matter if it was real or not,
The magic
because,
will make it so.
yeah,
Um, so I'll say, I think if you read the texts carefully, it's unclear what direction all of the various realms of the universe are. Sometimes the words up and down are kind of used in sort of a metaphorical sense. And so there probably is something up there, but it could be any number of things, including hell realms, uh, something worse. And so there is quite unknowns about what exactly the second layer is.
great. And thank you so much to those who have volunteered alternative answers because I'm going to pick one of yours because it gives us a chance for a callback. At the start of this game, we established that one of the problems that our Covenant faces is that there are holy pirates on the seas who will come and occasionally give us trouble because we have a saint allegedly buried here. I think Sky Pirates is actually our answer because the problem is that when you cast the spell, it grants access to anyone who has legitimate claim over the place that the well is dug up. And that's us. And I think it's also the Holy Sisters of the Sea.
Yes.
So suddenly, if they choose to take advantage of it, they will be able to sail the skies. Uh, I think
Okay, I
that's
see.
the
Right,
challenge.
right. Okay, so because the well belongs to those who have control over the place, and that's
Hmm.
not just us.
It's not just us.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy Sisters of the Sky.
Hmm.
Great. That's a good. Okay. Here goes. I roll now. Do I need to choose which token first? No, I don't, right?
Nah.
Okay, I've rolled a 5. I don't know many things about what all of these things do, but I can go
So
somewhere
true.
far. Um, what do you think issue does?
Oh, issue's kind of fun. It's
Actually,
just a
can't get there.
problem. Oh,
This is kind of a
one.
problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I don't think I can get there. Never mind. Thanks for answering, Mel.
No problem.
Wait. What does issue do? It's a problem. Make a mess of the world, something big that can be felt across the whole world as you know it. It should be a problem for the Covenant. Whoa, that's
Didn't we say that you can't get there?
I found a way to get there.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a lot of pieces to work with.
That is true.
All right. Well, because I've said it, we have to do it. I'm going to move the companion piece all the way around the outside of the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to issue. Um. Okay. The fact that it has to be an issue at large, in general, seems quite worrying. Um. Okay. It is said in the magi community, word is getting around and has just gotten to the Isle because of some of my old connections. You know, some people have gotten in touch with Billerwick from the old days because this seems relevant to Billerwick. They say Helma may have opened. It does seem likely that a gate to hell has opened in the far provinces. And the stories are saying that several um, inquisitors, demonic inquisitors, have come through. These are known to be the agents of the devil themselves. And they seem to be looking for something or someone. Um, the world at large is quite alarmed because you really should not have hell beings on the plane. But here on the island, Billerwick has started chewing his nails. Because who would they be looking for except for one certain escaped Earless of the Helllands? And he has not told Red.
So there's a witch hunt, essentially.
Correct. Hell wants their succubus back.
Great.
Your
Okay.
turn.
My turn. I will roll a die. Well, I'll click a button
Click
and it
that
will tell
button.
me I rolled a 1, which is always a blessing because it means there's only so many things that I can do. Um,
Oops, that's not the right. I want to go see the wheel. 1.
okay.
We could go season.
Yeah. Could go season
Some
with the
progress.
Magi. That would advance well up, so why don't we do that? Okay. I'm gonna fill into, you know what? I'm gonna say it's up to 2 of 5 bubbles filled because I think we got one either through that conversation with Bill or through
Okay.
the works of poor
Yeah.
Grimsley, who might not know what he's doing but has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
So time passes, generic. We could decide how long.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how long and what time of year it is right now. I said it was the equinox last time we spoke. Let's say that was the fall equinox.
Sure.
Stone fruit is summer, but that's fine. Maybe in this area, it's
Yeah,
a
it's an
little later
early
in the year.
plum.
Oh, fall, early plum.
Wait, fall? Is it fall or spring?
I
It's
was
fall.
saying that it was fall.
Oh,
So
it's a
let's
late
say that,
plum.
yeah, it's a late
Duh.
plum. I was gonna try and make a pun with latecomer and late plumber, and I don't like it. I don't think it's good, but I had to let you know what was in my head because it was up there.
I'll say Christopher Late Plumber just to make it worse, and now you are cleansed of your crimes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's the winter now, so it's been a couple months. Uh, every project currently in progress gets a circle filled in, but that's only mine.
Oops.
Um, so I think the way that it's each player is going to choose a character, location, event, issue, or wonder and update it to reflect the changes.
Nice.
So pick one thing. In our case, I think it can really only be the witch hunt, the reverse witch hunt, if you will, or a character.
I guess you could do something to the. Oh, we haven't made any locations officially, I suppose. Okay.
That is true. We have not.
All right.
I'll advance the witch hunt myself, I suppose. I think there's an obvious agent of hell who's sort of loitering around.
Like on the mainland or on the island itself?
On the island, I just don't think it's their best. They haven't sent their best. This
what are they disguised as?
See, I'm trying to decide if it's funnier if they are in the guise as an animal or a person.
Oh, both are funny. I hadn't even thought of an animal. Just like a really suspicious looking pigeon that like does all sorts of unseagull. Maybe seagull's better.
Ooh, what if it's like just a really red chicken?
Yeah.
Like just a straight up a chicken, but it looks like
super red.
Super red.
But we don't even like have any other chickens on the island, so it's like, what? How did this thing get here?
There's a wildly red chicken. And I think the eggs taste really, really sulfurous.
I like that we've been trying to eat them.
I mean,
and the chicken often ends up in like places it's not supposed to be, and in like rooms halfway up the tower, and people are like, "What's the chicken doing here?"
Red knows this isn't a chicken, and I think was the first to be like, well, we might as well eat the eggs if the chicken's here, because it requires so much energy to make an egg. And so now if the chicken doesn't keep up the egg routine, like
we might need to eat the chicken.
We might need to eat the chicken, but also critically, it's so much work to make the eggs that they don't even have the power to like report back to hell.
Nice.
So Red's got this chicken eating out the palm of her hand, so to speak.
Amazing. Okay.
Nice.
Over in my corner, I'm going to grab Grimsley's card to make a change to it. And the last thing I added was that Grimsley is an apprentice of magic, self-taught. And the particular domain of magic that he's interested in is the world, because he thinks this is what Puppercup needs most of all. But remember, Grimsley has been spending his whole life digging the earth, and is in fact quite connected with both the soil, the rock beneath our feet, but also the water that flows deep beneath the ground. He has an uncanny ability to select a placement of a well. Powers are latent, and with a bit of study, they start to come through. And so I think Grimsley's powers, magical abilities start to bloom in the depths of the well. And now he does not use a shovel, but uses his magical abilities to dig the well deeper. Important progress.
How dangerous is this?
At this point, he hasn't quite unlocked enough power to do anything terrible, but it's only a matter of time before he attempts to do something quite ill-advised.
Great. Cool. Okay. Your go.
My go. Let's roll the dice. We have rolled a 1. Nice. Okay.
There's still so many options with a 1, folks.
Yeah, there actually is a lot of options. I want to start a new project. But if I start a project with my grog token, does that mean it needs to be a grog-centered project? Okay. I can't decide which of Grizzly's ongoing.
We got a cameo from Amandio.
Amanda, hello.
She's alive,
Look,
folks.
it's your stream, Amanda. We're here. How's
I was mostly, for the record, I was mostly sure that Amanda was alive.
yeah?
Sometimes Amanda don't be online, and I'm
Sometimes Amanda
pleased for
don't
her.
be alive. No, that's not true. I've never
That so
experienced
far
that.
has not happened, actually, which
But I
is
think
great.
theoretically it's possible.
That's the concern.
Hi Amanda. No, don't worry. You actually did respond to our messages. That's all good. I hope you're having a great time with your family. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Magog magoggle. That was the sound of a turkey,
Oh, or a
which,
demon chicken.
or a demon chicken, which is the focus of this narrative now.
Happy Thanksgiving.
This intermission has been brought to you by a duo that's usually a trio, and is just pleased to see their pal.
Hi, pal. What does a glimpse do, Kurt?
Ah, Glimpse. Glimpse is pretty fun. A glimpse essentially gives us context on some location outside the Covenant, just elsewhere in the world, to give some context to the broader story. We would both say one sentence about this place.
Okay.
You figure out a place, and we both say one sentence about it.
Okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Let's glimpse then, because that seems fun.
Yeah.
I bring us to the palace at Brimfall, Leopold's home. Uh, the plums taste like bilge water.
The plums that were provided for Leopold are the ones that grow naturally there that were provided.
The ones that
Gotcha.
were provided, yeah.
Okay. I think
They're big, but
okay, point two.
yes.
While the kitchen was very displeased by this, Leopold cannot reconcile the idea that larger plums could taste worse, and so is sure that it is the kitchen staff's problem.
Okay.
And has been sure. So the kitchen is mad as hell. But Leopold's subcount, of course, of a smaller region within Frescia, Leopold has complained to his mother, the Viscountess, about the quality of the plums that the kitchen has done, like on and on and on and on. And I think lost part of the parcel of land.
He's now a sub count.
Well, they don't change the title. You can only go down the sub count, and that's part of why it stings. But now there is like a co-sub count.
Oh no.
It's Leopold's 5-year-old brother. I've added like 12 glimpses.
You've added so many sentences, but that was a great
I'm
glimpse.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We got to learn a new part of the game. That's great. It's your turn though.
Yes, that's true. I just had to keep saying things about why Leopold's the worst. Okay,
Amanda, how
I'm
many
rolling
Thanksgiving dinners have you had in the last 48 hours?
Yeah, that was a question last time we spoke. How many Thanksgiving dinners is Amanda gonna have? Uh, hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I say. Let's do let's do a scene.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'm moving red to the scene.
Okay.
Oh, I spelled
Red's.
REDD.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do
What?
think Red's hair is white. That's
Okay.
the one thing that's not red.
Okay.
And it's telling that the chicken is like, it has like a white, what is this called? The
Gobble? No. Is that
gobble?
true? Is that only on a turkey? Comb?
Man.
Coxcomb?
Sure, the coxcomb. That's easier. The chicken's coxcomb is white. Okay.
Just a comb,
Thanks,
atomic sorcery
sorcery.
says. Hmm.
Appreciate it. See, that's ironic because I feel like surely you could just use a comb on it. Is that why they're
Apparently,
called combs with their big like?
this is wattle, this is comb.
Ah, now we know. Okay. I said this is a scene. So the
What
scene,
kind of scene is it going to be, Kurt? Who's there?
red is there. Red must be
Yes.
there because I moved the companion piece. Um, the focus of the scene. Ooh. Focus of the scene, where and when it occurs, and the question that will be answered. I think Red's gonna try and leverage her connection with Grimsley to get the chicken taken care of.
Can
So
you? Okay.
yeah, focus of the scene, Red wants Grimsley to. The question that's going to be answered is Grimsley gonna kill and eat the chicken?
Okay.
Um, the focus of the scene, I'm gonna say this, it's taking place at the bottom of the well. Did
Oh,
I just lose you?
no, no.
No, no, I
I'm
didn't.
here.
I hear you. It's
I'm
good.
just thinking about things. um, okay. Great.
Red never comes to Grimsley, so this is unusual. It's not during the fortnightly wooing. What?
Well, hello there, Pupper Cup. Come on down. Careful on the. Oh. Oh,
Not Buttercup. Thanks.
hello there, my dear, my beauty.
Emphasis on hell, I suppose. Pleasure, there was the
Well,
word.
that's funny. That there is very funny, and you have a lovely sense of humor among many other qualities that I admire about you. And I have
Wait another
memorized two.
week. Wait another
Uh,
week.
all
Just
right.
give me another week. I have a little favor I was hoping to call in.
Of course, anything for my beloved and my betrothed to be.
Well, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind. There's this new chicken around the Covenant.
The chicken. I've definitely seen the chicken, and I have tried the eggs. They
Do you
are.
know any recipes for chicken meat? Because I was thinking it might be nice to have some dinner next week.
Oh, me and you. Dinner.
Well, you were already planning something, weren't you?
I, I don't know how you know about that. That's a surprise, but yes, I was planning something for the evening of the Saturday.
Right. So sweet of you.
You
Um,
you enjoy chicken? This is one of your favorite foods.
One of my favorite smells. If possible, I'd rather not eat it myself, but I'd like to accompany you. Maybe you would be willing to cook some and eat some, and I can be there.
Of course, this is wonderful. You're finally taking an interest in my wooing, and I understand. I want to make you as happy as can be, and so I will cook but not feed you chicken because I don't know if you eat or you certainly don't eat chicken, but you do smell it, and I will provide that smell. Should we
That
fast
would be
forward?
great. Uh, I think we just how do they seal the deal?
Like in terms of the commitment,
Uh-huh.
I do promise with my whole heart, which is yours, that I will find and cook this chicken for you no matter what it takes. Do you accept this, my commitment to you?
That specific commitment I accept.
I love that you're so legalistic. It's really it, beautiful.
I'm very familiar with contracts. All right. See you next week. And then I think with the like sort of a puff of smoke, she disappears from the well.
That's so very impressive and mysterious, and I don't know why nobody talks about that. What a woman.
Okay, great. Yep, that makes sense. That's exactly how that should have gone, probably.
Great, great. Okay. Lovely. My turn.
Your turn.
Two. Mm-hmm. Two, two, one, two. What is a wonder?
A wonder. Nah, that's fun too. A wonder is sort of a magical phenomenon that affects the world. It's, I think, naturally occurring.
Yeah.
It's just some kind of creature or like phenomenon or consequence of a spell, but goodness knows we haven't successfully cast any of those yet. Uh, both of us will say a sentence about it, and
Cool.
I'll do a better job not saying five sentences.
You know what? That was just a tease. I'm not doing a wonder. I'm doing a season.
Oh,
Gonna move two for the season. I'm gonna say not to mess up our timeline. The next season is on the other side. This 1 week later is on the other side of the season boundary. Um,
sure.
but let's take ourselves to spring as the ice connecting the island to the mainland begins to crack and thaw, and the small white flowers called saints' fingertips bloom all across the island.
Yeah, they do. 3 out of 5 bubbles filled on that well up.
Great, and then we need to both move something forward.
Yes. Do you lead that? Do I lead that? Doesn't matter, I
Maybe I
suppose. We
did
both
that.
we both move something forward.
Yeah.
Change something in some way.
I am going to change. I think because of the glimpse, we've technically created the palace at Brimfall as a location or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I am going to change that Leopold, upset with his lot in life, has left uh, has left Brimfall to go make his impact on the world in another way, and may in fact be headed towards the lighthouse.
Okay. I'm gonna update Grimsley. I think Grimsley is turning a little red after eating that chicken.
Okay, so we have eaten the chicken.
I think,
Okay,
yeah,
great, great.
I think it's felt like any other night. But then, hmm, something feels different.
Oh no, Grimsley. He's tapping into his magical powers. Also, has consumed the flesh of demonic creature.
But does that make you more demonic or does it make you more holy?
It's hard to say.
These things we can't know, folks. You
Not
think you
yet.
can know them? You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay. Cool. That means I must do something. I thought I was safe, but I'm not.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Um,
We're gonna go over and look at the wheel to see what you do.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Maybe we move Magus and do a little issue, or we go to Wonder. Ah, let's do a Wonder with the Magus. We
Wonder.
just explained what it is,
Yeah, we should
and
use that.
I wonder if that's a good opportunity. Uh, Boo!
Boo! Get off this stage!
The reason the lighthouse is so bright is because each year, uh, meteorite is caught in the dish of our lighthouse. That is the light.
Oh my gosh. And so is
So
it getting brighter?
I think there's like one day in which like the ashes that are still like sort of glowing are like the old ashes are scraped out and they know that like the next day
A
here will
meteor
come
will
like
hit.
clockwise. Yeah, it's that's why the lighthouse is built exactly here. That's why lighthouses are built on the coast, Anthony, because that's where meteorites are most likely to land.
The Holy Sisters of the Sea have pointed out many times that this seems like a clear indication that there is something quite holy and strange about this island, and yet nobody's listening to them. It's great. Oh, I guess I added my sentence to it. I was supposed to.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Are you good with
But I
that?
did it by accident. Great. Turns out, if you play a lot of these games, you do end up just doing the things that you're supposed to do by default. You don't really need to know the rules. You just kind of follow your instincts.
And your instincts have brought you back to your turn.
My turn. I'm rolling a 5.
Whoa,
Okay.
big number.
Big number. Yeah, I really want to start a project, so I'm going to grab the magi token and do a fun little dance that takes me to project.
In case anyone's wondering, the dance is a metaphor.
Not really. Not entirely. Okay, so for project, okay, I have to declare the project. I just really want to create Billerwick's little skunk works of emptying and kind of like popping, deflating hell. I think pedals to the metal now. Billerwick knows that the devil is closing in on his dear Red. And so Billerwick needs to take offensive action quickly and diffuse hell itself. So I need to decide which verb and noun, right, that this requires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For those at home, I will remind you which ones we have. We have conjure to create, increase, or strengthen the noun. Banish to weaken, destroy, or protect against a noun. Adjure to command, control, or manipulate the noun. And sorcel to imbue the essence of a noun in something else or transform something into this noun. Scry to magically gain knowledge about the noun. And then we have the world, life, death, the soul for our nouns.
Okay. I'm going to say, tell me what you think. I think this is banish the soul. Because we're going to destroy it's not destroy the souls themselves necessarily, but destroy this kind of like thing that is holding the souls together. Or we're trying to like move the souls out from hell. So that's a banishment of a certain type. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Banish the soul.
Drive away.
A normal set of words that don't trouble at all.
Okay. So, what are my things? Am I good at this?
You have both banish and the soul.
Oh shit.
So
no, you have the soul. You have the soul, right?
Oh, you're right. I do have the soul.
Okay.
That was part of the deal. You almost picked the soul, and you were like,
soul.
boring death.
Nah.
Okay.
So do I start with banish?
For banish, then I'll ask you the questions,
Okay.
but you're going to answer them because it's yours.
Yes.
Do you wish to destroy the soul entirely, or simply drive it away or weaken it?
I'm trying to drive it out of hell, I think. So no,
Sure.
not destroy.
So no.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. I would say this is more, sorry, if you are attempting to destroy or weaken more of this noun than a strong man can carry.
I mean, it's a difficult question to answer, but I believe yes. There's quite a lot of souls. I don't know how many souls a strong man can carry, but we're trying to get them all out of hell.
I think we can assume, that seems fair to me.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to keep soul away permanently once banished?
Yes, we need to keep them permanently out of hell.
Great. And it asks, are you beginning this project in the autumn?
No, I believe it's the spring.
That would be the spring. Okay. And as for the soul, do you want to ask me those questions?
Yes, okay. Is this soul of a mortal human, or is it some sort of supernatural nature?
You're pulling the humans out, right? That's
Correct.
The dream.
Yeah.
So I would say human, so not +1 season.
Not +1, okay. Is the soul in question still in this realm, or has it passed to another existence?
That's going to be another season for you.
Yeah. Is this soul cooperating with your magic? Do they want to be driven from hell?
I think the mortals would presumably cooperate.
Yeah.
Presumably they're not thrilled about being in hell. So let's say you've got five bups.
Okay. Well, that's going to be hard to do, but there you go.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
If you land on project again, you may advance
push it along
in the same way.
Yeah. Or we can do it for scenes or whatever, right? We were saying?
Yeah.
That's our...
So says Nick to me.
Okay, great.
I rolled a 1. which is apparently my favorite thing to do.
Okay, what's he gonna do?
Let's move the companion token to glimpse.
Oh, okay. A little glimpse of somewhere else in the world.
Yeah. Um, this is the I think hell is just a straight up mirror image. Like there's a thin layer of dirt, and then it's just exactly the same structure sticking out underground. Uh, and so this is Red's manor house, which is exactly, I think, opposite of our viscountesses.
Okay, nice.
Now you must add something about this.
Um,
We'll call it Tower at Brimstone
Power Brimstone, excellent.
because the last one was Tower at Brimfall, and that's funny.
um, Red's son, the sub count, um, the the sub earl, perhaps.
Maybe the Super Earl, because
That makes sense.
that's a
Yeah,
lower level in hell.
that's right. The super earl, um, is like. I think we just see him hanging out the window very sadly, waiting for his mother to return. He's quite pouty about it.
Is this a child or an adult man?
It's an adult man.
An adult
An
D-man.
adult D man.
Uh, an incubus.
Ah, correct.
I
Well
know
done.
genders and mythologies, folks.
Nice
I know some
work.
things. Great. Beautiful. That was a turn that Kurt took.
Good work, Kurt.
Thanks.
Anthony rolls some dice and he rolls a 1.
Bye.
All right. What do we have? What do we have? Uh.
Well, there's 3 tokens and they're on a wheel.
mm, alrighty. I am going to move another token to project because I love projects. And this project has been undertaken by Grimsley. And Grimsley would like to finally make use of his magical power and really prove that he has what it takes. And he is going to finish the well using magic. And he's going to do this to impress not Buttercup, but his name is actually Puppercup. Correct.
And a distinguished magi name. When you say the well, do you mean the one that he's been digging down this whole
The
time?
down well,
Or is
the
he going to
down
be
well.
advancing? Okay, down well, great.
Down well.
So that's 3 bubbles because it's a mundane project, but he's doing it with magic. I'm still going to call it a mundane project because he could have done it without magic.
Sure. So it just has 3 bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems fair, right?
Yeah, sure.
Unless you think it's fun to go through the questions.
No, that's great. I mean, it's magic in no sense, but let's just skip through it for funsies. So he's hard at work on that, and is also experiencing some strange transformations in his body due to the chicken, the bad chicken that he ate. His skull is becoming quite pointy at some points. The 2 little nubs on the head.
Shame. No one could have foreseen that. Okay. Let's go back to the dice roller and I'll roll a little die. I got a 2.
Well, that's bigger than you normally roll.
That is true. I'm gonna say season. We'll advance all those projects.
Nice.
So first, we're gonna tick every project up a notch.
So that puts well up at 3. Is that true?
Well up's actually on 4 now.
Well up's at 4, and then our deflate hell and downwell at 2 or at 1 each.
I moved them both to 1.
Okay, great, perfect.
Yeah. So I don't think they get an automatic.
Well up's pretty close.
Well up's pretty close. And you and I must both advance something. I think I want to say Leopold arrives.
Okay, nice.
And Leopold arrives at our covenant, and I think he gets the highest room. And at first, it seems like he demands it, actually. I
Right.
think he says, I want room in the highest tower, for I must see everything that occurs across the land. Um, and that is by far the worst room because you're basically making like direct eye contact with the meteorite.
Right.
And it's fresh too.
It's fresh. It's the brightest it can ever be.
So Leopold is looking a little red, like he ate a weird chicken.
Okay, well, I think I might have something good for Leopold then. Because in the week that follows, the meteor disappears in the dead of night. Um, the the fairy master says that he saw ships arrive on the island in the dead of night and sail away with glowing sails. The holy sisters of the sea have made off with the meteor in an attempt to reclaim this artifact, which surely is something about the saint. And in the meantime, now there's no lighthouse, which is starting to lead to new problems for the seashore here.
And in spite of you just having said things, it's your turn.
I love how that works. So the best part of this is that, like, I'll admit sometimes I get bored waiting for my turn. I'm like, I want to say things. This game, with just the two of us, we say things all the time.
Can't stop saying things. The last time I played this, it was with 6 humans,
Uh-huh.
and it was actually the opposite of this. It was like, ha, cool. And then it came around to your turn, and you were like, well, I'm in watch mode now, baby. I was watching.
I was watching. You guys are doing so great over there.
Though we did
Um,
all love the wonders and glimpses in which everyone's just like, and this. And the person who created the original thing is like, oh, this is so different than I thought it was going to be.
Whoa. One of the squares on here, guys, is death, which we have not made use of yet.
True.
Um. Whoa. Okay. Well.
Haha. So many wells in this game.
Ooh. I know what. I'm making a character. That character is Leopold. Boom. He's a companion.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Okay,
Um.
great. So vocation,
Um.
co-sub count.
Co-sub count.
Who does Leopold have a bond with?
Okay. Great question. Um. So one possibility is that it's Billerwick because he's here to make Billerwick's life hell because he has Billerwick's partner in debtor's prison somewhere, and so now gets to do whatever he wishes, um, unless it's something else. Does that seem right?
Could be something weirder. Could be
Yeah.
like, what
Pupper
if there
Cup,
was,
friend from school.
that's really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they're
I
both
like that.
young.
I feel like they're probably about the same age. It kind of makes sense. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Did uh did Leopold go to school to be a magus and then flunk out?
Oh my gosh. Went to Magus school. But didn't have it?
Didn't have it.
Yikes. This makes so much
Yikes.
sense why Leopold has been so annoying to the new covenant.
Large plums.
He'd make his own large plums if he was allowed.
But unfortunately, he doesn't have a license for that.
So that's why he's arrived. Is that like he's decided he's going to make use. He's just there technically as an observer and to make sure that all of his mother's money is being well spent. But in reality, he wants to be part of the covenant. Great. Anything else I need to decide? Name, notes, bond. That's it for a companion, right?
No, I think you done good.
Right.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
That's right.
I don't even know. So many options.
Yeah, it really is. I thought it would be really funny to go straight back to season, but I actually can't with any of these, I don't think. So that's maybe even funnier that the one thing that I was like,
Yeah,
I could. No, I actually can't get there. Um,
I mean, like
that's funny.
you could take something else to season. I think.
I don't think
I
so.
think you can do with a companion piece, maybe one, two, three.
Oh, you're right. I could do it with the companion piece. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep.
If you want
Screw
to, I
it.
don't know if that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think let's do it.
let's do it. Oh my gosh, wait, but
Yeah, it does.
that means that well up the stupidest project you've ever heard of is
It's
completed.
complete.
What does that mean? What happened in the game?
Okay. So
Where does it tell us?
I'll tell you, it does happen.
Okay, okay.
Um, and it is big. That's the thing. Magic takes a million years to do in this game, but when it happens, like it happened.
It
Okay?
happens.
It happened. So here's what happens.
Okay, tell me.
Since the project since the project completed, now the owner of that project tells us how the game world has changed. Um, so Upper Freskia is real. Upper Freskia is in fact up there. When you get up there, which you do, I feel like this
Wow.
well just is a big like stone stair. It literally just looks like you took a well and you went, "Oop." You just like extended it up, which is bananas. And no one can believe it. But once you
I
get to the
love
top
the
of the
idea of like Billywick just like has been just like spinning Earth into like this giant staircase for like the last several months, and is like, this is so stupid, and then it just worked.
and then it just worked. Yeah. I think the thing that's most immediately impactful is that Pupper Cup, when Pupper Cup gets up there right away, looks up there and is like, this is too freaky. It's no one's here. No one's here. I didn't think there would be someone here, but there's no one
No one
here.
here.
It's like if you go back to your old high school after it's like if you go to your high school after dark.
Right.
And
It's just
so it's
empty.
just like it's still the same place, but there's no one there, and it's not the rules aren't there,
Is
and
it
there's nothing there.
identical to Lower Freskia?
So this is what I've been wondering. Is it identical to Lower Freskia? The thing is, we know how hell works. Hell works by being a mirror image in the
Mm-hmm.
downward direction. So then what could this layer be? It can't just be, oh, actually, it's like a nine. This is why we could never crack it.
Okay.
It's at a 90-degree turn.
90-degree turn. What do you mean?
I'm
Everything's sideways?
Pupper Cup has tried to explain this so many times. Pupper Cup's like, well, of course, you have the up, you have the down. You've certainly discovered that yourself. And then
Yes.
this, of course, would be at a 90-degree angle to that.
Wait, what? Why?
Well, it's like a mirror image, but it's instead just a translation.
I, I think that's hogwash, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense.
Keep spinning the staircase. And make sure that when it gets to the top, it comes out sideways. In fact, I think Pupper Cup has made this gesture so many times over the past like few months that if anybody in the Covenant wanted to like sort of subtly talk about how he's losing his mind, they'd just be like,
I love that.
but then you get up there and it's like, oh, it is
Oh, it
this.
is. Is it like kind of like you're walking on the walls? Or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like that.
Great.
Hmm.
So, like. Yeah, so you just you walk on the walls a lot. You have to kind of jump from tree to tree to move laterally across the surface of the earth.
It's fine. The problem really is that There's just nobody up there, so it's kind of creepy. Puppercup doesn't want to be up there anymore. Puppercup really begrudgingly presented this new land to the Viscount and had planned for like years in his head about how this ceremony would go. But in truth of fact, he spent the most of the time being like, yeah, it's up there. And you can go if I guess. Just totally doesn't like the vibe up there. But now is in charge of it.
Right.
So it's
I
not
hereby name you the Upper Viscount of Upper Frescia.
Oh, that's hardly necessary. You could send Leopold. He's already there on the island with us.
God, no, have you met him? He's a
Yes.
mess.
Oh, I've met him.
We couldn't trust him with any crown.
No, you're right, my
Specifically
liege.
not an upper crown.
That makes perfect sense.
No, it's going
Okay.
to have to be you. And
Alright.
I hereby command you to start the settling of Upper Frescia. This is a great opportunity for our province. And
Thank
you
you.
should live there full time.
And he does, sitting in the weird sideways tower. Yeah.
Does he sit in the weird sideways version of the palace, or does he sit in the weird sideways version of the lighthouse? What?
I think he sits in the weird sideways version of the meteorite catching bowl, which is empty up there too, because the Holy Sisters promptly sailed sideways and took that too.
Interesting. Do they spend much time up there? Are the sisters...
No, because it's weird. There's no one up there.
It's weird. It's just weird, guys.
The saint wasn't buried up there. We'll take the meteorite, but
Okay. Now they've got 2 meteorites. What are they going to do with that?
do you want an answer?
Well, we'll find out in the future.
Great.
Anything else we need
That
to
was
know?
a lot.
Yeah.
No,
well,
fuck. That was so much. Technically, we are supposed to advance something else, right? Each of
Oh,
us
yeah.
is supposed to
I
advance
think we've
something.
done it.
I did so much though that
Yeah,
I feel like I'm just gonna whoop.
I
Do
think we're
you
good.
want to advance something?
Do
What
we
is
need
it
to
be?
Advance anything else? Oh, I think what we find after the meteor is taken, suddenly the island is much more findable by the demons, by the devil's agents, and so they knew there are definitely several agents on the mainland that are trying to cross over, and through sort of like diplomatic, bureaucratic hell. Billerwick is trying desperately to be like, well, you technically don't have the papers for coming across, so you can't come actually. But they are circling desperately.
Okay, great.
Okay, now it's my turn. I am going to roll. Oh, a 6. Wow. What are we gonna do with the 6?
Could be so many things. Goodness knows we just saw me do a thing with the 6.
Um. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna move the companion token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to project.
To project.
And this new project, it
Oh,
is
no.
for Leopold.
Of
And
course
this
it is.
project is conquer Upper Frescia. There is only one thing he wants, and it's his own kingdom, and now it's obviously right there. But stupid Puppercup, always the best at school, always showing him up, is now Upper Viscount, and he is going to do whatever it takes to take it back.
In practical terms, what does that mean? Like, what is he doing?
So I think he's literally amassing a force, um, an army to march up the upwell, and take Upper Frescia. Um, so I think maybe he's left the island for a bit to go recruit his army, and he may be trying to make a deal with certain holy sisters who have the ability to fly to the upper realm, because that would be a very useful force to have.
That it would. Okay, great. Not Prince Leopold. He's not Prince.
He's not a prince. He's a
He's a
co-sub count.
co-sub count.
Co-sub count.
Can't lose track here, folks. I am rolling a die, and I am rolling a die of the value 2.
Two.
Don't poo-poo my tutu.
I know what you must do.
I see it. How does that even work?
What you gonna do, Kurt?
Okay. Yeah, I think it happens.
What's he doing?
Okay. Death.
Oh! Oh, wait, that's not what I was thinking, but that's awesome.
Here's how this goes. Grimsley comes up the well, up well,
Up well.
and finally, at last, there's time, right? Grimsley and Puppercup have like a lovely evening, exchanging stories, catching up, talking about what they've been doing, expressing their challenges with these struggles that they've been dealing with forever, matrimonially as well as magically. And I think it's a long set of ales in. And Grimsley's told Puppercup about the magic. He's been practicing magic. Grimsley. And so Puppercup says, show me. You gotta show me the best thing you can do. Biggest thing you can do.
Well, of
Biggest
course.
biggest thing you can do.
Oh, well, it's quite a challenge, but I have been practicing. And
Lay it on
Grimsley
me.
tries for the biggest lift of soil that you've ever seen. There's a giant rock at the base of the palace here, and he reaches down to hurl it sideways, I guess, because we're in Upper Frescia. But I think it's too much power.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
And
how to control it.
what goes left must come right. So it goes up, out, 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 back, 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 and lands in that metal dish that Puppercup is sitting in, kicking his feet.
No, a meteorite.
Yeah,
Puppercup. No,
Puppercup.
no, no. Oh God.
Yeah, Puppercup wakes up in upper hell and is surprised and confused to discover that actually it's heaven. It's just the mirror image of up here. But there's so few people here because you have to be up first to get to this afterlife. I guess hell is just afterlife that went down. And
Everybody's been going
heaven,
to hell.
there were two, you just had to go two different ways if you wanted to get up here. It's all very confusing and academic, and yeah, it
But
might
there's
not
like
be a
almost
value
no one
system
there.
thing at all. Yeah, there's almost no one here.
Amazing. Amazing. Puppercup is dead.
Yeah. Look, the death space was right there, and I didn't know that I wanted to use it until you said,
it.
Well, you got to do it. And I was pretty sure you didn't mean that.
I did not. I did not indeed. Uh, do we continue?
I wouldn't mind seeing uh, one of the other projects finish, at least because I have other things I can do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, okay.
And I think mechanically, Pupper Cup can probably even still be reached since we know we have this dimensional,
Right.
like,
He is in heaven. It's possible to reach him. Okay. All
but
right.
if you want to stop
No,
there,
no.
you
Let's
also
let's let's
can.
let's play. Let's play a couple more rounds. I think there's something
Feel
coming.
it out a little more. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
something's out here.
Okay. Well, that makes it my turn.
Sure does.
Got a three. Let me consider my option. Okay. Okay. I am going to take this opportunity to hit season and move things forward here. Specifically, um, the first thing this means is that Grimsley's Downwell project is in fact completed. And after over 10 years, perhaps 11 now, uh, Grimsley's been digging this well. He finds out in Upper Frescia that he has the power required to lift the last few massive chunks of rock, but he's found it out in a terrible way. And so trying to distract himself from the loss of Pupper Cup, he does finish digging the well. But there's no one left to impress with his
Oh,
magic. The whole point of it is empty. Um, um, the island's brought new water, which is nice, but minimal. Um, I think that um, I think that I think you find something down here at the bottom of the well. Uh, there is he finds a skull bone, skull beneath the very last rock, and before the water starts to seep into the bottom of the well and begin to fill it, he tries to grab the skull, but it burns his hands when he tries to touch it. And so, wrapping it in a leather cloth, he takes it up to the island itself, and he's going to do something with it. We don't know what, but he now has a perhaps holy skull in his possession. That's down well. Deflate Hell moves up. Conquer Upper Frescia moves up, which is hilarious now because there's no one up there. Um, anything you'd like to move forward, Kurt?
yeah. I think between the power he now holds and the changes that have happened to him, maybe now Red starts to develop more commitment type feelings towards Grimsley.
Oh my gosh, this is a twist we've never seen coming.
Yeah, it's a
What does it
twist
look
Red
like?
never saw coming either. And it's the worst thing that can happen to a succubi because one day after the fortnightly uh, tryst, um, Red is sure smoking a cigarette. Why not? Imported tobacco and catches feelings and looks over at Grimsley, Red with the white hair, maybe like tossing a little water from hand to hand. And she thinks, oh no.
Uh, Amazing. This is a good twist. I like it.
I suppose. Does that bring it back to me?
I think it brings it back to you.
Okay. Uh, season again. Season again.
Season again.
You really said season again. We're going to advance everything, which means that now we are one away from Deflate Hell and one away from Conquer Upper Freschia. I think we're back in the summertime.
Okay.
Which means it's been almost a year since the sort of inciting event of our game transpired.
Yes.
And yeah, waning days of summer, maybe even. And I think I want to say that I think in his desperate attempt to find allies, Leopold finds this like whiny red man kicking around the mainland. A lot of folks around here have been looking a little sunburnt lately.
Yeah.
Hard to really figure out what that's all about, but Leopold will make an alliance with anyone who promises him anything. And so I think him and his hell version, what would be a reason why Leopold and anti-Leopold would?
Okay, so anti-Leopold certainly wants to bring back Red.
Right.
But is maybe currently not allowed on the island. Is there just an exchange?
Great. So this is just an alliance that would get Poldely onto the island.
Poldely.
Yeah.
And how does Poldely help Leopold? Is there a
I don't since the task hasn't been completed yet. I think it's more just like a handshake agreement, like I'll lend my power in any way that I can.
So just he's joined the force. He's joined the force, the conquering force.
Yes, although I do think there's like unlike any of the other agreements that Leopold's made, there is a very specifically written contract for this one.
And we're not sure how completely he's read the contract.
Oh, I would say not at all. Not at all. Leopold doesn't even have literacy.
Not at all. Okay.
And then yeah, I guess you've got to contribute some.
I can move something forward. Okay. Great. Oh, there's something else on my mind. I don't remember. What else do we need to move forward? I think that I'm just gonna flash a little scene here. Another fortnight has come, and Grimsley, even though he's not feeling himself anymore, likes to stick to his good habits, and one of his habits is proposing to Red. And this time, he's created a quite exciting fire show with his newfound powers. He has created a fireworks show that ends in a massive pillar of flame, which he walks out of, and he begins his speech. Well, I have commanded all of this power to show you just how powerful you are in my. Never mind, Red. I don't know. It's just my heart's not in it anymore. Just, maybe it's Popper Cup, or I just haven't been feeling myself, but I know you don't like me, and honestly, I get it. That's fine. I don't feel much like getting married anyway, so, maybe we just call this a sin against God, what we've done together so many times, and just stop this charade. What do you say?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What does she say? I don't know how that scene ends, Anthony. I don't know how that scene ends.
um, maybe we just leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
have to.
we'll just leave it there. All right. So I think that makes it my turn.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I've
But what did
rolled
he
a
roll?
1.
Tiny little number.
Hmm. Would you like to see a scene between the two of them? Or are you not ready?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to move the companion piece to scene. And do you want to start right there? Or do you want maybe there was just like some silence? It was kind of unresolved. And Red can find Grimsley again maybe later.
Yeah. She never does this. She's gone to his chambers. I feel like he's often in hers.
Yeah.
Always, I guess. And she knocks, which is also unusual.
Yeah. Come on in then. He's like lighting like beautiful patterns, geometric patterns into his curtains, turning them to ash.
I think I've made a mistake, Grimsley.
Ah,
And
well,
I've
I'm
made
sorry to hear it.
I don't know how to say this, but every get it together, Red. Every 2 weeks, you've been asking me a question and I've been answering the same way. I haven't even been thinking about it. But lately I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
I was going to say yes today.
What? Nah, you're joking.
I'm not. I'm really not.
But but you've never
I've
said yes.
I've never said yes.
I've been trying for more than a year, you know, Red.
Yeah.
I'm thick, but eventually it gets through to me. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know. I don't even really know. I've got a lot of pride, Grimsley. I'm somebody somewhere else. Um, but today I was thinking and I felt differently. I've been feeling differently for a little while. If it's too late, I understand. And it's okay. But if you'll have me, yes?
Ah, Red. Sorry.
It's okay. I'll just go back.
Back.
And I think Red walks out and then goes down, down, down that well that Brimsley dug, down to where she came from. And I know what my next roll is.
All right.
It is a 1, which means I'm putting the last token on season,
Guys,
which
every
means
token is on season.
that means 2 things happen at once, and our game certainly will end from it.
Yes, it does. There are 2
Upper
projects that are 1
Freskia
away.
is conquered by Leopold, and Deflate Hell happens.
Okay. Okay. I guess those are both my. I own both of those projects, unfortunately. But you should help me in narrating this conclusion. Let's begin with deflate hell. Um, Billerwick has been hard at work, um, twisting the phantasmal chains that keep the hell world properly sealed against any departures. Um, but what he really needs was a chink in the armor. See, hell is not only well magically protected, but also physically deep underground, where it's hard to get to, which serves a useful purpose. You don't just need a hole in the magic, but you need a hole physically if you want anything to escape. And this was something that was too hard to figure out until he saw Grimsley blasting away magically deep into the core of the earth itself. An interesting possibility. But he knew he'd need somebody to open the final piece of the hell portal.
Cut
So
to Red,
yeah.
walking down and down and down. At the bottom of the well, it's really quite simple. You're just inches away. In some ways, you're there already. You just have to leave. And so, with a snap, she feels herself turn and grips the edges of what's now a well, extending out at ground level in the island in reverse. A place where they say a sinner was buried once, but nobody thinks about that much these days. She stands up, stretches, and then hears this cacophonous crackle.
A plume of spirits being drawn from across the plain. Spirits that have been tortured for eons, millennia, who speak languages that have been forgotten, all being sucked towards this open well, like a pinprick in a balloon as the air rushes out. And I think Red just like steps back and she sees these souls just start to like get pushed down the well and slip out of hell. At the same time, above ground, the invasion force has assembled. And Leopold he's good at building a assembly of misfits, of the begrudged, of the angry, and so on the ships of the ladies, the holy sisters of the sea, of the sky now, and led by a morose young red general, his forces take to the air to finally conquer the upper Freschia. But when they arrive, there's no one there to take it over.
Until moments later, there's this sound, almost like a balloon deflating, and countless souls start streaming up, up, up into this place, almost like they've gone right through one well and straight through the next.
and they begin to land gracefully on the sideways slopes and rolling hills of Upper Frescia. People lost and forgotten, farmers and weavers and barrel makers placed in an empty land, just looking for people.
And then one last sound, a small sort of victorious sound from a well. A well that's being dug into the side of this Upper Frescia. We see Grimsley is marched up here to sweat out a little bit of work after all that confusing emotion from earlier. Finds himself with his head popped out into an even more empty place. But it looks nice here.
Papa Cup?
Grimsley!
Was that you?
I do believe it is.
Well, by golly. You want to come back with me? Because I think that my flesh is burning off the longer I stay here.
That sounds good. I think I'd like that. Don't throw any more rocks. And I think the two head back up the well, and that's all I really need to see from this story. Maybe one more question.
Yes.
Billerwick, did he get what he wanted?
The most incredible piece of magic that has ever been done in the kingdom was accomplished that day on Lighthouse Isle. Never before two other realms of being connected together, hell emptied. The covenant of Lighthouse Isle became the most impressive covenant in the kingdom, much to the Viscountess's delight. And so Billerwick was allowed to retire. And in a small cottage in Upper Frescia, not too far from the kingdom of Upper Viscount Puppercup's palace, Billerwick and his partner lived out a happy retirement.
I think the last thing we see is this older man taking a bite into a sweet, fresh, very small plum.
The end.
Great.
That was our playthrough of Florilegium. Very fun, Kurt. Very fun.
Cool game.
Very cool.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry?
Oh, I was just going to ask people who are watching if there's any threads that we left unfinished that they wanted to know about. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. That was wonderful.
We always appreciate it. We always appreciate when anybody comes out on Monday nights. And thanks for sticking around if you've done so. We might be back next week. We haven't talked about it yet, but you can catch us here most Mondays at 7:30-ish p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Kurt. This is Anthony.
I'm Anthony.
Normally, we have a third person who has a lot of things that she likes to plug.
That's true.
But right now, we don't, because Anthony and I are not nearly so online. We're not trying to make a career out of your attention, which, bless you for it. I, therefore, do not have anything that I want to plug. Anthony, is there some off chance that you do?
There is not, but if you like the idea of hearing Amanda's plugs, I think you can go over right now and see her do those plugs at a later time. Amanda's currently streaming, so
that's fun. We can give back for once.
That's right. Finally, Amanda always raids into our stream. Let's raid back into her stream. The joy of writing Raid You'll Enjoy in all caps in her stream seems really great. So let's go over there and do that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This was great. Very fun to do a little stream. Just you and me, Kurt. That was the best. We will see you probably next week. If you want to come back for more indie storytelling RPGs. And until then, go hang out with Amanda. Bye.